Maybe that's something I shouldn't have said, but I did. And here we are.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We got our live shows in Boston this Friday. So this will be our last episode before we hit the stage. So if you are in Boston, you're celebrating St. Patty's tonight, keep the party rolling through tomorrow.
We want to have a sellout. We want to do a double back-to-back sellout. The second show is not sold out yet. In order to inspire people for a sellout, we are going to raffle off 10 pairs of Sad Boy sneakers. Buy a ticket. You are entered into the raffle. Email sadboycontest@gmail.com with a screenshot of your ticket and your size. If you are selected, I'll buy you a pair of sneakers because they'll make me buy them. I will buy you a pair of sneakers and I will send them to you.
We're basically just buying 10 tickets and be like, you want to go to the show?
Yeah. I will. They will be raffled off. I want to have as many people there as we can.
Yeah.
It's not quite sold out
And
yet.
I think it's going to be a memorable show. I just got a tweet from someone saying I'm going alone. And I was like, I don't think you're going to go home alone. I think if you're at the Friday night show, there's a good chance that's a big old fuck fest.
It's going to be
Friday to kick off the weekend. It's St. Patrick's Day. You're probably still drunk from the night before. You've either just come from like pre-gaming or you're sticking around from the first show.
Or it's a 10:30 show, or just come and then go out afterwards because this is going to be, like we said, bagpipes, acrobats. It's fucking a party. We're going to be partying.
We're not doing the acrobats.
Didn't think so.
Yeah.
We've been saying
We
that.
found out the acrobats are wildly expensive.
Cost of the acrobats was real fucking
Cost of
steep.
acrobats is apparently prohibitively expensive.
Yeah,
What we should,
like,
if
you guys want to get this? I'm
if
like,
you
no.
want to like jump on stage and like while we're setting up and like do some somersaults and shit like that, you guys can do that.
I can do a mean cartwheel.
But the bagpipes will be there. So go buy tickets to the Wilbur Friday night in Boston. It's we do want to have that second show sold out, and so it's going to be an absolute show. We got an interview today with the girls from Guys We Fucked. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Of course, Am I the Asshole and voicemails. But first,
Wait, I got to tell them first while we're still talking St. Patrick's Day.
yeah,
I was in Newport this weekend for a friend's like surprise party, and then Newport St. Patrick's Day was this Saturday, so we went to a bar, and like sometimes it's not as popular as it used to be back in the day, but there used to be this thing, and this is honestly just a wholesome story that I like.
oh good.
We
We don't have enough of those on the show. You know?
Back in the day, used to be like you walk into a gas station, you give like $1, and you write your name on something, and they hang it up, and it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know about hanging dollars. I don't think I ever hung one on.
It's not an actual
gas
dollar.
station.
You buy something for charity kind of deal.
Oh, I don't know this then.
And yeah, you'll recognize it when I show it to you, like something like that. Like, and then they kind of like hang that up.
I'll be honest, I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
They cut them into shapes, and they kind of, you know what I'm talking about, right? Does everyone else know what I'm talking about? No one else is listening. So you hang them up, right? So I went into a bar, and I haven't seen them in forever. But something that happened when I was younger was that my dad used to trying to convince us that his best friend growing up was a man named Woza Cardoza. And Cardoza is a very popular name. It's Portuguese in the Fall River area.
yeah.
There's also Marcia Mello. Mello was another popular one.
No.
And
Wait, that's real or your dad?
so ever since
We
I was
don't
a
know.
kid, he like fucking
Marshmallow.
He'd be like, what was a Cardoza? He's like, he'd tell us stories about what was a Cardoza. and then as we got older, what he started doing was he'd go into gas stations. And for some reason, I could always picture him skiing when we did this. We were always like, he was always in like ski gear. But he'd go into the gas station, and he'd buy one of those name things for like $5, and he'd sign it, Woza Cardoza. And he'd come running out to the car.
Look!
He'd be like, kids, Woza was just here, right? And
This motherfucker made like a new Santa Claus.
dude, and I I was like 8. I was like, God, we miss Woza. and then I'd be like 13, and I'd be like, wow, how are we always just missing Woza? And I was like 20, and I was like,
Clark Kent and Superman are never in the same place at the same time.
And I was like 20, and I was like, I don't know if Woza's real. So then I was at a bar at the Newport St. Patrick's Day Parade this weekend, and they had those kind of things that you could buy. And
Did
rent.
you do it, or was
So
it already?
I took a picture, and I texted it to
That's awesome.
my dad and my siblings. and my sister just goes, "Don't even fucking start with this." like we used to like fight with my dad. Like, Woes is not real. Woes is not real. What do you mean Woes is not real? He's on the wall.
I can tell you that if as a dad, if I get that fucking 30 years from now with a joke of mine and you send it back, I would be waterworks. I'd be like, this is amazing. Woza Cardoza. Woza was just here.
Yeah.
Oddly enough,
He'd come out in like ski boots. He'd come running out because he can't really run in ski boots. He kind of hobbling like this. Like, kids, get out of there. Woza was just here.
it's so funny how dumb kids are. And then when you learn something as a kid, you'll keep it through like 20 years old. You know what I mean? It's like, what? No, my dad told me about this forever. It's got to be real. My dad used to call my brother, not Cardoza. It was something similar though. He would call him, I don't know if this is a real place or a made up place called Formosa. He would call him Brendoza from Formosa. And I think type in Formosa. Is there something to do with Taiwan? For some reason, I think my dad was making inappropriate jokes about Asians. And for some reason, Taiwan was involved. And he would say, Brendoza from Formosa, my Taiwanese baby boy. I would yell it out. My dad's always like doing these like voices and sing-song type shit. My Taiwanese baby boy. My brother, being like a little kid and not knowing what's going on, thought he was saying tied when he was a boy. And he like, for years, my brother thought he was like getting tied up and didn't know what the fuck was going on. And my dad just running around screaming Brendoza from Formosa. Maybe he's related to Woza Cardoza.
Two, like,
yeah.
Moses.
When you said that, I was like, wait a second, what? Wow. That is like I'm thinking about that as like like I'm always saying Snoozy Susie to my kids.
Yeah.
Like if when they're like 30, they send me something about Snoozy Susie, I'd be like, I watched The Atom Project with
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it was a bag of shit.
I guess I could have guessed.
Yeah.
How little Netflix respects us.
It's crazy.
It's concerning.
Well, I'm happy you brought that up because
like as a movie viewer, it is like I think I said once that actually, you know what, I never tweeted it because at the time it's like there's been a bunch of fucking overlaps with like people we're friendly with now who have had like a movie,
Netflix movie,
or like they're in it, or they directed it, and
right.
And I tweeted, and I never tweeted, but I had typed out, it's shocking how little Netflix respects us as viewers. They keep feeding us pieces of shit and saying, say oink oink, little piggy. Say it. Say oink oink.
Boar on the floor! Boar on the floor! And we're just running around.
And it's like and we're like, we'll watch it.
Say oink oink.
And they're like, dude, like, and then like the next day they'll be like, 300 million people watched it.
That's
and
what drives. I mean, so this is Ryan Reynolds, Zoe Saldana, and Mark Ruffalo.
Right.
And it's space and time travel, and look at the poster. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, of course, 800 billion people are going to watch this. And this was, I don't even, I mean, I just want to get Ryan Reynolds in here one day, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But it's just like a movie. You know what I mean? If you ask me, give me a review of that, I'd be like, it's a movie.
Yeah,
it's
that's
fine.
all Netflix makes.
It's like,
movies.
It's time travel, and it had cute. Actually, I will say this: the kid in it is awesome. This kid, I can't remember his name. It's like what's his name? It's like Wardell or something like that. He has no movies. He's never been in a movie.
Really?
This is like he's never been in anything. And boom, yeah, Walker Scoble. Go to his IMDb. It has nothing but The Atom Project. And I heard, but I didn't confirm this for myself. I heard he was went to the tryouts. What was it called? Auditions. And it's a time travel thing. Spoiler alert. It's Ryan Reynolds in the future.
That's in the trailer.
Yeah. And so they needed someone who kind of acts like him. And this kid can do the Ryan Reynolds to a T. You know, Ryan Reynolds has that way he talks and shit. Yeah. And this kid nailed it apparently, and they were just like, all right, this is the kid. Because I don't think he has literally anything else. Could you imagine if your first movie is, you don't even know, no commercial, no appearance on a soap opera, no nothing. It's just like, oh yeah, I got a job.
That's major.
Fuck it. And same thing with the homeboy from Euphoria, was not an actor at all. Yeah, right. It's just like Entertainment Tonight and he's never been on anything except this. The dude from Euphoria is not an actor at all. Fezco. who's like the
I've never
fucking.
seen it.
He's like the drug dealing like.
I know him.
He's
a
like
bald
the
guy, right?
star. Yeah,
Shaved head.
he's like the beloved guy.
Yeah.
And he was like a fucking janitor or something, right?
They walked by him in the street.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They just knew. He just had the look. They were just like, that's like what we're looking for.
Really?
And now he's a part of. I don't know if we ever talked about this, but like. Euphoria might end up being the most popular TV show like of all time.
Yeah, I gotta catch up
like
before
of
next season. I gotta
not
watch
obviously
it.
network TV doesn't count, but it has the highest rating. It has Game of Thrones level ratings on
Yeah.
season 2. Those usually shows don't pick up like that till like season 5, 6 when everybody is like, oh, I'm on the bandwagon. This just has every.
I don't know if they're gonna get 5
Gen
and 6
Z.
with this one.
Well, that's
Just 'cause, like, I
mean,
think, like, fucking
Zendaya already
Zendaya's
said
gonna be
like
like,
she already
I'm
said like you won't see season 3 for a while because
Yeah.
she's got to go do all this shit. But I don't know. Zendaya is a big deal of that show, but I feel like everybody like she could die off, and I bet that show keeps going
Yeah.
because they're all. I mean, there's so many fucking. That show gives me fucking anxiety. I can't watch it.
By the way, I do want to apologize to Netflix real quick because literally in the last week I've watched 2 great Netflix movies. Worth I already mentioned, and The Harder They Fall. The Harder They Fall is fucking sick.
That's the Black Cowboys.
Yeah, it's like kind of Tarantino-esque with like how gory the blood, the kills are, and
Uh-huh,
stuff like that.
uh-huh.
The Harder They Fall is fucking.
It's a
sick.
it's a fully black
soundtrack's dope.
Yeah, you knew it was that. I think Jay-Z was heavily involved in it.
Yeah, that's what he created. That's what he created a Instagram for.
For that post, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because
he
that was
posted
also when he was on Clubhouse or Spaces, and they were doing a Spaces about that, and Kaz just did like an impromptu hosting job.
Yeah.
that's one of the coolest fucking moments ever. Kaz from Say Less, and he was formerly on Flagrant 2. We've had him on here before. He was in the Twitter space as a fan. Jay-Z saw him, like his name in it. And like it was like it wasn't running smoothly, and he was like, "Kaz, why don't you just run this? Like, do your thing and like host this, moderate this for us." Could you imagine that, dude?
I closed that fucking thing so fast. Like, yeah,
Whoops, my internet's not working. Sorry, Hove. No, Kaz stepped up and did what he does, like interviewing everyone, because so it's an all-black cowboy film, and I think they said because like traditionally it's such a white thing, they like wanted to show that like they can knock this out of the park too.
It's sick. It's
So-
actually one of the better movies I watched
okay.
this year.
So
I think
Adam
it does have
Project-
I think it does have nominations and stuff. It's absolutely one of the better movies I watched this year.
Adam Project, fine, whatever. It's pretty hard for me to make a time travel movie that I'm just like, meh. But meh. Harder They Fall, awesome. There's also brand new cherry flavor. Now, I don't know I don't know anything about this, but what I'm seeing, this is never a good sign, or is it a good sign when people are saying, go to episode blah blah blah, minute blah blah blah, and tell me what you think. So I saw a brand new cherry flavor. Start out, 29 is where the first thing happens. 35 is where the second thing happens. This is going to be some good old internet reaction video.
Okay.
Because this is some wild shit. Actually, I want to turn off. Can you turn
I'll
off
tell you.
the
I'll
chat
tell
so
you
we don't
what.
get the-
Am I gonna need a trash barrel? Because the
No,
headline.
yeah, probably.
Headline of this episode is Tadpole Smoothie.
Yeah, you
That
might need.
sounds
You
like-
might need that. Yeah.
Let's get a bucket in here.
Yeah.
Get him a bucket.
Get the. It's more sexual than it is gross, but it's gross.
Okay, maybe I'll fine. Maybe I'll need
I was gonna say, we might need a bucket for another reason.
a
Get him a rag and a bucket. We're not sure which way this one's gonna go. His dick is either exploding or his fucking mouth is. We'll find out, folks.
Bro, by the way, do you see these trash barrels are called Slim Jims?
Just did now. Okay, so let's watch for the first thing. This is on Netflix. I literally couldn't tell you anything else about the show. I don't know what's.
Brand new cherry flavor sounds like one of those like we're pushing boundaries titles.
Yes.
And then Tadpole Smoothie sounds.
This is like the one. Like we're gonna do the gross thing with
sounds
this.
fucking disgusting.
Okay, this girl's just getting out of the shower. Let her rip. You can see okay, right, with the glare and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't even know what genre this is. Okay. Don't love that.
It's a pussy like right below her rib cage.
Wait, it's a cut. Is that what's supposed to be a pussy?
Well, you'll see, John.
Oh my heavens. That doesn't look anything like a pussy. Am I fucking the wrong kind of pussies? Have I not ever had sex
Well,
with a vagina?
You'll see. You'll see.
So this is a horror movie, clearly. Horror show.
Yeah, it's like
And this is not the TV that's happening. This is
I don't know.
that's
about
intentionally
that.
happening.
No, I don't think so. That might just be the TV.
Okay, I'm starting to see a little. Starting to see a little cum there.
Yeah. And look at her face. So like,
Yeah.
it's a pussy, you know.
Yeah. Not a a little too.
Not a
lippy for
good-looking
me.
one, yeah. But a lot of But this is where things start to get a little bit wacky.
Okay. Oh.
She's rubbing the clit. If there was a clit, that's where it would be.
Oh.
But now something's gone wrong. We're going into contractions of some sort.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Isn't that the worst when you start masturbating and all of a sudden you're pregnant? Okay, I think I've decided I'm not gonna be sick here. Oh yeah. What do you got there? A little piggy? that little piggy she's giving birth to?
It's a little kitty cat.
Oh, it's a cat.
It's a little kitty cat.
It's a pussy.
It's a little kitten.
It's a pussy coming out of.
Ugh!
Wow.
Just a cat on the floor
So she just.
from her side pussy.
Yo, that would be. Wow, imagine you could give birth to different species from different pussies. You just
This
decide
is my cat pussy. This is my bird pussy. This is
which one you want to come in? Which one makes a salamander?
now fast forward to like the 34, 45, 34. Yeah, right. No. Go back. Yeah, like right there. Because now this guy has come in the room. And he was the one knocking when she was shitting out the cat. Let me in. What's going on? I don't even know what they say. Yeah, I'm sure it's terrifying to give birth to a fucking cat. And homeboy here's like, I don't care. Let's fuck. Let's take control of your pussy.
Oh, is he gonna fucking dump a load in there?
Well, I think eventually. I don't think we don't get to see that.
Dude, why does her side hooch so gross?
But watch what he does here. Like, he just goes for the kill. Watch this.
Dude, throw a fist in?
Watch the way these fingers just... Shoom!
Yup. I know that game. Yeah, I know that game.
But look at this. 3 fingers.
Oh,
4
I know that
fingers.
game. Now we're getting a little
Okay,
fucking
you better
greedy.
not know this game. Ready? Watch this shit. We're talking full side fisting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she,
nice
I mean,
little
this
fist
guy's in her
bump.
guts. You know when that you use that joke? No, he's like in her intestines. And look at this, he picks her up. Oh! And I think from here is where he just fists her in bed, like for the rest of the experience. I mean, I've seen.
I know the 2-finger fucking. You don't dip your toe in. You just kind of
go right for the kill.
Well, you play the clip a little bit, and then you
woo! Yep. And that gives you a little like
cannonball.
Yeah. Incoming. But that I've seen porn with less penetrate. Like that was just a
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a full view of just, and then he just goes. He went like in 3 thrusts. He went 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, fist. That is he is going in for the fucking kill. That Netflix is Netflix has got to be kidding me. We're shitting out cats from side pussies and we're getting fisted. I mean, I don't care what.
You don't know anything else about.
I literally know. I couldn't tell you a name of a character, the name of like the idea of the plot. All I know is, like, yes, I know Netflix does like adult fucking movies. I know that they had that one with the kids.
I was gonna say kids. You're not cheer, but one of
yeah,
those.
cheerleading dance with the kids. We've seen that giant dick. The one where the girl gets raped for 365 days.
Oh,
There's some movies. But fisting is usually... Fisting's like Pornhub, like, hides that. Yeah. Like, fisting is an aggressive genre of entertainment.
But I mean, I guess like it's very highly rated, 86%, 78% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean...
It is, it's not for me. A fist, but I mean that actually wasn't as gross as I thought. I don't like I wouldn't say that's a fucked up sex scene. That's a horror movie scene, right?
Oh, okay, all right. I mean,
that's a horror movie scene. It's not a like. I'm not like what the hell's wrong with that sex scene? Like I don't know. It's people not having sex.
Well, yeah,
it's,
like
it's graphic.
The thing
but
that
I
we
wouldn't
watched
describe
was
it.
fucked up sex scenes with like they're putting your foot inside the pussy. and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
right.
Because this isn't even a real pussy, but like, still. Any sort of simulated fisting on a television show, there's a chance
But would you call...
John, there's a chance you might watch that with your parents. And what do you do then? You know what I mean? You could sit down and be
I
like,
have
yo,
a lot of conversations.
I'm gonna have no conversation about that. I could sit down and you could be like, Polly, you know, I heard there's this new horror movie. You want to watch it? Horror show. And you watch the first couple episodes, and I'm sure there's some weird shit. And then episode 4, when you're really starting to dig in, someone's getting their side pussy fisted, and you got to just sit there. I mean, you know, it's an old cliche, but watching sex scenes with your parents is one. I don't care if you're 13 or 113. You sit there and you just sweat and you feel like each other looking at each other, and you just want it to end. And that's when they're just like simulating like maybe humping each other. This was fisting in the side pussy.
Dude, the last 2 things I've watched with my parents are Dan Soder, Son of a Gary, and Andy Haynes' new special. And they both extensively talk about ass eating.
Yeah.
And that one was tough. Because, like, now, like, one time my parents were probably like, okay, whatever. Like, now I've shown my parents 2, hey, you'll like this fucking special.
A lot of butt eating.
Two specials that have, not, you know,
Here's the
no
thing.
more than 2 minutes on it, but it's 2 minutes of talking about how much you love eating ass.
What do you think the next
Although Andy, I don't think does. I think Andy just does a bit about how we do. I forget what it is.
What do you think the next generation's ass eating is? The thing that we will be like, you guys do that? Like our parents would be like, you guys all regularly, like on a first date, will lick each other's asses. What the fuck is wrong with you? What is that going to be for us?
I don't know.
What are you grossed out by sexually within reason right now? Like where's your hard stop?
I don't know. Fisting?
Well, that's I was wondering that if there's gonna be like fisting jokes and memes in the future because everyone's just getting fucking punched in the pussy or asshole.
I don't know. I can't. I don't have a hard stop that I can comprehend. So it's not something I've regularly run
because
into.
it probably if you bring it back, it was probably like blowjobs, right?
With my hard stop.
No. Well,
Oh.
yeah, like back in like the fucking 40s or some shit.
I see.
It was probably like, you know, your grandparents' would never dream of putting their mouth on that. And then like anal. And then maybe then it's, you know, there's probably 3 generations of sex things and it's probably onto ass eating now. Maybe, do you think like threesomes will become like, I could see that because everything's just getting more fluid and more whatever, where it just becomes like poly is like a.
I can see that. That makes more sense.
It's a good thing, you know, your mom will probably be gone when that becomes a thing. Because if everyone's poly and just that means they're all banging each other, that would not be good for her. I could see like, that's I'm like, you know, I'm 16 and I've had a couple threesomes with like a couple guys, a couple girls, whatever, you know, where we would be like, you fucked your best friend. What?
That's such a hard question, though. It reminds me of that party I was at this weekend. I had someone come up to me, and they were like, oh, you work on the internet, and blah, 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 and all that kind of nonsense. And she was like, this is a woman. This is an older woman. And she's like, so do you play Wordle? And I was like, yeah, I play Wordle. And she's like, you know, everyone's onto it. Everyone's playing Wordle. What I've decided is I'm trying to think of the next thing. What do you think the next thing is? And I was like, I don't fucking know.
If I knew that, bitch. Yeah.
Like, it was like her idea that finding out the next thing now
Was the idea.
Was like
yeah.
Like she's like,
you know what
decided,
is
let's
huge?
find out the next thing.
You know what is
great.
amazing is Instagram. What's
next? I'm trying to find out what's next.
You know that Uber thing?
Like, and if I knew, I wouldn't
next?
tell you, strange lady.
Yeah.
Like,
I would not be here with you, you dump truck. I'd be rich.
It is. It's like such a weird thing to add. But like, it's hard. But I think you did a pretty good job answering your question. I think I could definitely see little love
Group
pods.
sex.
Remember that? Remember when we learned about that about fucking cuddle puddles?
Yeah.
I can see.
That's just people
High
are
on drugs.
Yeah, I mean that's just. What are you kids doing these days that you think old people would be freaked out by?
Zach's like
Mr.
fucking-
Sex over
Zach's
here.
Like, Zach's like, tell you what, the dudes are sucking dick.
I mean, you're all eating butt. Of course, you're eating butt when you were in like 7th grade. It was like, have you had your first kiss and have you eaten your first butt? Crazy. I don't know. We were probably like right in the middle of that, where I was just, I'll dive in, whatever.
What do you mean?
Like I don't think I grew up like thinking about that. You know what I mean?
No.
Like as a kid, it
Not
was
until
like
I met Mike. What?
What does that mean?
Mike Adriano.
Oh. I was like, is that just a gay joke or like,
no,
you know?
no. Once I fucking stumbled onto a Mike Adriano video, I was like,
Let me put my tongue in your.
that's a thing. Okay.
Well, that's what I mean. Like growing up, it was like
that got my heart rate going. Interesting.
Like it wasn't one of the bases, you know. I was like, I gotta kiss a girl, I gotta feel a girl up, I'm gonna have to finger a girl. I need to learn how to go down on a chick. I didn't think like also flip her over. There's also dessert.
I'll tell you what, I was really surprised when it wasn't the middle finger. It's how you finger. That was,
but it is.
it is,
It
but
is.
like,
It should be.
it's
not,
not.
but it is.
It's not the finger that drives the bus.
It should be. This is the better finger.
This is
The superior of fingers.
I
It's
don't
better
think so.
placed. It's longer. You can do more with it. This has your whole fucking hand and your thumb is getting in the way. This is like the right.
It just feels.
I'm out.
The middle finger is the hand on the steering
This is
wheel.
why it's the fuck you
Is-
finger.
Is the
I
left
fuck
hand
you
on
with
the
it.
steering wheel, or is your dominant hand on the steering wheel? Because the other finger can come and go.
Wait, what are you saying?
This finger is the dominant hand on the steering wheel.
The ring finger
Yeah,
is the dominant. What?
I think that one's driving the bus. That could be. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe I can't figure it out.
I think I know what you're saying, but I think you're saying it wrong though. Your middle finger you always need.
Yeah. Okay,
And
you're
your
right.
ring
you're
finger
right.
is just like extra.
You're right.
Because you just need a little more size, like girth, if you will.
Oh, by the way, I met one of my buddies who.
What triggered that?
I'll tell you. It'll make perfect sense very quickly. His kid has 12 fingers.
Like 2 extra
An
pinkies?
extra on each. They're gonna cut it off. But the
I say no.
it's not useful. It's,
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's connected by like a skin tag almost, but then it's a fully grown finger with a fingernail and everything. But they can't for some reason cut it off until he's 1. Which surprised me.
That's gonna be a tough year.
Well, I think it's a very simple surgery. The way
Yeah.
they talked about it was like, yeah, it's really no big deal. It's kind of funny to play with right now.
It would be. I'll be honest. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm just picturing. You know when you go like this? And
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you do that
I
with the
didn't
whole
actually
finger.
meet the kid. I just heard
That's
about it.
one of the coolest things.
I
in the
would
world.
guess that's exactly what it's like.
It's just a dead little thing, but a whole finger. Now that's something. Like if I had a kid that had a full 6 fingers on each hand, I would be like, listen, dude, you're gonna get bullied. It's gonna suck. But when it comes time to swim or to throw a football or to dribble, palm a basketball or fucking fight or whatever, you're gonna be the man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be palming a basketball when you're in like
Mortal
3rd grade.
Kombat character come to life.
yeah. Like just trust me. Deal with the drama in elementary school, and when you got a full ride, when you're in college, flip them your fucking second middle finger. Flip them the double, quadruple bird, because it'll be worth it. If you could have one defect like that, what would you want? Would you want a third arm? Would you want a extra something or other? Would you take a second dick?
No, heavens no. Nothing with the penis. You don't want fucking
Just-
noteworthy genitals. You don't want second dicks. You don't want side pussies. You don't want like,
I think I want a noteworthy genital.
but not in a freak way.
Yeah, of course.
You don't want
you want a notorious or infamous genitals. You want a
Someone could go, he's got
you
a
want
good dick on
You want a
him.
gossipy genitals. You know, like
yeah, that's what it is. But I think, man, it's kind of a cheat code, I guess. Now that I'm going back on what I just said too, maybe a third nut. It's just funny.
we've talked about how
Extra nipples are hard. But the extra nipples they don't really affect you. We had a buddy with 4 nipples when I was a kid, and it wasn't like those fucking like kind of some of them were like smaller, and some
they
of
were
them
like full blown
they were
nips.
they were too full blown.
I mean, that motherfucker's got udders.
right? Well, yeah, no, that's exactly who's part
Yeah.
Yeah, we moo at him and stuff.
That's like when you see cats and dogs that are not spayed
Bro,
for the
that's
first
so
time,
fucked
and you just see a whole belly of nipples. It is one of the more jarring things. Like as a kid, I don't think I understood really what spayed and neutered meant, and then I kind of understood it as what neutered meant because I was just like, I don't know, there's balls and then they're gone. And the first time you see a pair of balls on a dog, it's kind of like, oh, whoa. But I never even understood. So like when you get a dog spayed, they just like take their fucking, because that's all gone, right?
I have no idea.
Like when you have a dog
My mom only
that's
gets
fixed as a girl, they don't have all the nipples, right?
I honestly
That
I've
shit
never
freaks me the
noticed.
fuck
No,
out, man.
no. No.
Because they were, what would they do with them? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, I've never felt my dog's nipples. Dude. I have 2 women dogs. I had 2 female dogs.
I want that on the record. I've never felt my dog's nipples.
But I'm
Never
thinking-
once.
Thinking back to the kid we used to bully, and like I'm thinking how mean it is because we would moo regularly at him, right? Like walking
That's some good old-fashioned bullying.
walking through the hockey rink, we'd be like moo. Moo.
I mean, that
And then-
kid, he should walk around with one of those bells on his
But
neck.
then, we
Clanking and
wouldn't-
clanking.
We wouldn't say why, because like the only reason we knew is because we were on the hockey team. So like we'd see him in the shower.
Well, of course, what do you want to yell to the public? Just letting you guys know this guy has 4 nipples.
But I feel like that because that's not crazy out of the ordinary. I think everyone's like heard of someone with an extra nipple or something like that.
I never heard it before.
So, but like, I feel like not telling the people why we were mooing is meaner. Because then their minds run wild. Like, did he fuck a
Why
cow?
are they
Did he suck a cow's udder? Like, why are they always mooing at him?
But you can't like explain your bullying to people. Like just disclaimer.
It's echoing throughout the halls.
Moo! That's awesome, by the way. Like that's a really fun.
By the way, it's not really bullying because he's our friend. So like
Yeah.
it's like teasing, but like I wasn't.
Did you call him? Like I would have called him like cow.
No.
I
I don't want to say what we call them, just because like then people are gonna start making connections.
But was it a cow related name?
No,
So it was just
no.
something else. Okay. I mean that's just listen. You're a freak with 4 nipples. Best case scenario is just that your friends just moo at you.
Yeah.
It could be way fucking worse, man. Let me
My
tell you.
friends, like, for some reason, they like started the rumor out of literally
go.
nowhere. Out of literally nowhere, they're like, Jackie fucked a horse. And then they
No.
Name of the episode.
Those rumors don't come out of literally
No,
nowhere.
that's exactly exactly that. So then, like, they would start telling everybody, like, "Kid, Jackie fucked a horse." I'd be like, no, I didn't fuck a horse. And they're like, "Kid, but there's some backing to it." I'd be like, no, there's actually no backing to it. I swear to God, there's nothing with a horse. I never fucked a horse. and I had to, like, dig my way out of it, but then they just thought it was
But then
funny.
that seems so guilty to be like, no, I didn't fuck a horse.
They were like,
That,
did you?
that, if I heard that if somebody told me that a girl fucked a horse, I wouldn't think she actually fucked a horse, but I'd be like, she fucked somebody with a huge dick.
Yeah.
She really likes this, that, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I still think that you can.
Yeah, now
you
we
can
know
explain
that
away till you
Jackie's-
blew in the face.
I
That
didn't
was
fuck a
a
horse.
wild thing to disclose to like the locker room, basically.
Every time Jackie walks in now.
I mean,
I don't know why I shouldn't have said that. I should have.
you should not have said that.
Jackie, welcome to the podcast.
I
Every time
mean-
you walk out, you go, I shouldn't have said that.
Yo, we are going on a horseback riding excursion now. We are gonna go to equestrian events. I can't believe how quickly that came out. She was just like, my friends used to say, Jackie fucked a horse. Like there was no like, I gotta tell you guys, listen, it's crazy, it's wild. She just blurted that out.
Did we rent a Bronco to get to Boston?
Yeah, we gotta go on a Central Park ride with the horses
Oh
now.
my God, I regret this so much.
So much.
Jackie's going to get horny
I'm gonna
as
cut it
hell.
out.
Oh my God.
Well, now you might find love.
The Clop Clop's Pavlovian to Jackie. Jackie gives the
That
Clop Clop
clop's like,
5,000.
oh my God. Give him the clop clop. Wow. Holy moly. Pull off his bird dogs and give him the clop clop. Goodness gracious. If you want to be comfortable and stylish, you got to get yourself some bird dogs. I know the bird dogs guys. They're gonna be happy that the clop clop went into this. They're cool with that one. Cause listen, here's the deal. Whether you're wearing joggers or shorts or their pants, whatever you're wearing, the most important thing is that you have comfortable. Your dick's comfortable. Your balls are comfortable. And even the girls can wear it. Just your beneath the belt area is comfortable. Right now, I am wearing uncomfortable underwear because it's like laundry day.
Day ruiner.
It's a ruiner, dude.
Yo, this
a
podcast will be
ruiner.
noticeably worse because Kevin's underwear.
Yes, and I have my bird dogs here. I didn't have them at home, and so and this is the problem. These are fucking XL, man.
What is wrong with you, dude?
My
you need,
fat ass.
you need to get liposuction.
I gotta reduce my ass. I need an ass reduction. I need the reverse of a BBL. Because now my dick is just smushed in the whole time. It's a nightmare. And if I had my bird dogs, I could have just put those on and not need to worry about underwear at all. Because I just have the built-in hammock, if you will, that carriage underneath there that carries them for you. And so now that it's almost short season and warm weather, they have the most versatile clothing in the game, from the athletic joggers and shorts to the dress pants, and of course just the classic shorts that they've been selling for years now. Birddogs.com, promo code KFC, and you know that you get that Vortex football, a.k.a. the whistle tip. Whistle tip sounds like...
the whistles go, woo!
woo, woo.
That is exactly what a whistle tip is.
Yeah, the whistle tip, that makes me think of, like, give it the whistle tip, Today I said piggybacks.
What doesn't make you think of something sexual?
Not much.
It makes me think, like, we just listed two things that actually are whistle tips. Like, that makes me think of fucking sex.
Whistle tip. It's birddogs.com, promo code KFC, and you get the, when you buy a pair of the Bird Dog shorts, you get the football, and stay comfortable in any season on Bird Dogs. I said piggybacks today, and the Instagram captions read it as Peggy Vax. And I was thinking of, Peggy Vax sounds, I was like, that's your aunt's alter ego on Facebook. Like, I am Peggy Vax, and I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't get the shot, or some shit like that. I said, we're going to be drinking piggybacks. I don't know if we're pulling through or not. We started the process too late, but we may have an enormous amount of piggyback on deck for the Wilbur. We may or may not. They may be sending a pallet there and having it on sale, but I'm not sure if the distributors and the rules and the laws and all that shit are going to allow it. But we might have.
Well, I personally hope we do.
Yes, I hope we do as well, because I think we could have 1,000 people drunk off 8% piggybacks, and who knows what's going to happen there. Like, I came for a live podcast, and like a fucking brawl wrestling match broke out on stage. Who fucking knows? So let's do Emma the Asshole, and then we'll get into a little pre-interview discussion before we get into our voicemails and whatnot. All right, am I the asshole today? Am I the asshole for not telling my mom about my Viagra? Now, this was the one that we had on deck last week. You chose the blow-drying the balls, which was a great choice because it led to the sitting on the bed naked. An all-time move by me, you, and pretty much everybody who's telling the truth. Am I the asshole for not telling my mom about my Viagra? For you guys to be able to give an accurate judgment, this requires some backstory. You know that's going to be, buckle up, folks. Let me start by saying I love my mom. My mom is awesome, and I wish her no ill will. However, my mom is nosy as fuck. Nosy as fuck. When I was growing up, she was the typical read your diary, go through the nightstand, read your text type of mom. It was all kind of chalked up to overprotective parenting. The situation got unbearable for me in college. My freshman and sophomore year, I went to community college and lived at home. My parents had just gotten divorced, and like many other males, I was horny. In my horniness, I went to the doctor and found out that I had contracted the clap, a sexually transmitted disease for foreigners in the thread, treatable.
For foreigners? Would foreigners not get fucking the clap? Actually, what is the clap?
The clap is gonorrhea. I always thought chlamydia and clap should go together, but the clap is gonorrhea, and I don't know why.
Okay, I guess it's a nickname, but I feel like the clap is at least understood to be a sexual disease.
Oh, they call it the drip too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a French word. The French word is clapier, which means brothel, which is where you get the STD.
Ah, okay.
I remember one time being like,
so then the foreigners don't need to explain to them.
Right. As a matter of fact, right? They're like, yeah, we know, bro. The clapier. A bill or something like that came in the mail for me, and not only did my mom open it and read it and pay for it, but she told my family about it. How did I find out? At Thanksgiving, when my aunt brought up at the dinner table in front of a bunch of people and other family members, who then proceeded to lecture me about safe sex. You got a fucked up family if you're talking about your clap at the Thanksgiving table. Fast forward to today. I moved out after sophomore year and took a real step back for my family to figure out my life and where I wanted to go. Went to pilot training, got with an airline, life is good. My mom and I recently started slowly reconnecting, and when I transferred base to my hometown, like that kind of pilot. Okay. I thought he was flying for like Delta or some shit.
I think you basically got to start like Air Force, Navy kind of deal.
For
Not-
real?
Not gotta. No, because actually,
That's not
I was
true.
gonna say my uncle's one and he didn't. So.
No chance, because you got to be like a fucking ace with the eyes and everything to be in the fighter pilots.
I think a lot, at least the older ones, because
I think
had
they
to
like
go.
retire to
Yeah.
it, but I don't think you have to be, because I think
Yeah, no, you. I don't know why I said that.
fucking-
You absolutely do not have to be.
I mean they let women fly regular planes. Be honest, when you see a chick pilot, you're like, right? You're like a little like,
I will be honest, I am not. But I also don't
What a
know how
liar.
often I've seen a chick pilot.
it's just one of those like, okay, well, it's like when you see a woman taxi driver or DoorDash
I am
driver. That's
su-
crazy.
I am surprised that a woman cab driver, a woman DoorDash delivery. I am absolutely shocked
You're just asking for bad things.
because not.
There's also just so many easier ways to make money
It
and
is
more money.
I did DoorDash.
What?
I did DoorDash.
You.
Sorry, I'm not said that.
She's just,
You delivered DoorDash?
She's the female Feinberg. It's crazy.
Yeah, I delivered DoorDash. I needed money.
When did you deliver DoorDash?
It was the summer of. I did DoorDash, Cutco knives, and something one summer, and
You gotta be
babysitting.
careful. You can't go joining fucking cults and shit because you seem like
Yeah,
you're
you're
very.
right on The knife shit is wild.
Dude, the nice shit.
I think the knife shit is something that like happened in like the 50s, and like I think it was almost a way to be like, we're all it takes a village. We're all gonna like donate money to the local kids, and in exchange I get some knives. You know what I mean? But
I
really,
will say
this,
a Cutco knife's a good knife.
they are fucking sharp and they last a long time.
It's a good knife.
And that's
yeah.
why I think it's like, let's just, they're providing, they're working, they provide something. They are expensive as fuck, so you do get a decent amount of money, and we're helping the local kid like pay his bills.
Dude, I remember
But-
my cousin did that, and like they showed up and we bought him because it was my cousin. But it was like he's like,
Did they give the whole presentation?
Yeah, like, you can cut a penny in half.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Why do I need to cut a penny in half? I don't fucking.
But no, but see, I fuck with those infomercials
it's
where
a
it's
good
like
demonstration,
yeah,
but like I don't.
you could
need
chop
to
a
do that.
television in half. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it.
But so
But
how
so-
many knives did you sell? Like how many?
Like the
Um,
presentation should be Jackie walks in and says like, I need money, guys. Here are the knives.
I did like I only sold like I think it was like 11 sets, but
To
it
like
was
your family or to strangers?
just to family and friends and
Yeah.
everything. Well, I was
there
gonna
any
say
strangers?
To people you could guilt into.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Listen. If you don't fucking buy this shit, I'm just gonna freeload. So at least get something.
You're
out
either
of
gonna
this.
pay for my food and I'm gonna run up your electric bill, or you can just do it now.
I was at the top of my they did it to like bribe you, but they had me go to these meetings, like the nationwide meetings or whatever.
Yeah, they're one
and all
step below
that.
a
Yeah.
pyramid scheme and cult. Yeah.
Aren't they? They're legitimately a pyramid scheme.
I think
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
a pyramid
legit.
scheme.
They're
Yeah.
a pyramid scheme, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
you did
wait,
that.
more about
what
the
else?
more about the DoorDash. So you would walk up, you just walk up to doors, and knock on them, not knowing what's on the other side.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you,
it was fun. It was
like,
fun.
but there are guys
it was like
on
a
the
nice-
other side.
Do you know how quickly you could get kidnapped? You're walking
Like,
into
do you
their
know?
house.
You know what
I
men
did.
do?
I
could
almost
just go
exclusively
yoink.
to women: kidnap, rape, and kill.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that at,
Well,
at
clearly.
the time.
Clearly.
But it was fine. I think
Top, like, number one answer on the board. We surveyed 100 people. What do men do to women? Bing! Rape, kidnap, kill. Ding! 75 points. Number one answer.
But all I do is I go, I drop off the food, and I'm out.
Yeah, but
they don't
what-
even have
what
time
about
to grab
when-
me.
Trying to grab him too
Look how
quick.
quick she is. She got that fast
So,
twitch muscles.
Did you just take like pictures of like leaving the food at the door, kind of shit?
It wasn't when I was doing DoorDash. We didn't have to do that.
It wasn't like
at
that.
the time.
Yeah, but now it's okay. Better. Because you could just leave it and go. But back when it was like, ding dong, open the door. I'll take
Here's
my
your
food
food.
and you crazy 21-year-old chick who decided to
You
be
were
a
in LA
delivery
for
man.
this?
No, this was in because I was also like in the suburbs, so it was
Where? Say where.
Lafayette.
Okay, I was just
Walnut.
waiting for it to be like somewhere dangerous. Or
No,
something.
no.
no, it wasn't L.A. It was fucking.
Occasionally I would go to Oakland, so I guess that was.
Right.
The, it's crazy. My mom wouldn't let me have that job in college.
Oh, what?
I needed money and I was gonna be a bouncer. And my mom was like, "You stay up too late." And I was like, "All right, I'll be a pizza delivery guy." She's like, "That's too dangerous." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll just take money from you because it seemed like those are really the only jobs you can have." and But she was like, no, like I'd rather help. I mean, not give me a ton of money, but I'd rather give you like $300 a week, and you don't spend all night going to all parts of neighborhoods delivering food. And it was pizza. It was pizza in Providence. This was pizza in Providence, a tough gig.
He was asking for trouble.
Yeah, like, she's not wrong in this one.
I feel like it's the perfect. Well, not really, because I guess there's a trail. But don't you think it could be like serial killer-esque, where they could be like, the DoorDash killer struck again? Like another delivery person was fucking murdered because
like someone
you
who
just show
kills
up.
delivery people. I feel like, but there's so much paper trail on
That's why I was gonna say it's a problem. But like, but you need to almost then like, you order it to someone else's house or some shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You lane it.
Yeah, you put someone else
because they couldn't get the Chinese food on her side of the street.
Yeah, because I could easily just throw
But then
whatever
you gotta kill
number
the
I
guy.
want.
You gotta kill the guy whose house it is too.
Well, you can just, kill him like.
I think it's a tough murder. I think there's a lot of between apps and tracking and delivery and orders placed. I think this is
It's
a tough
more of
one
a.
to get
It's
away
not a
with.
serial killer thing. It's a one and done thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
it's
there's
like,
plenty of guys who would one and done you.
right.
But
Just
then
open
it
the
would
door and
be
be like,
it
this
would
was a
there's like
gift
there's a
delivered to me.
trail.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we would find out who did it to you. You're
Yeah.
dead.
Your blood to them was irresistible. It
Yeah.
wasn't a planned killing.
You could see some crazy dude on drugs being like, let's get a pizza, and you show up and he's just like, this is an offering from God or some crazy shit.
I don't know.
Look,
I did. It didn't though. It didn't. Is the point.
It
And I made a lot of money.
Did
you make
you?
a lot of money?
I mean, I made a lot of money.
a
Yeah.
lot of like
'Cause-
tips. How's that like tips, or do they like pay you
Tips.
flat? Like
Well, I
rate?
also I made a lot of money because at the time my parents paid for gas, and then I just got
Didn't have
paid.
any expenses.
So I didn't have any expenses.
Yeah.
So it just whatever.
That's fun. That's interesting because people usually, not usually, but I have seen people complain about how much they make as DoorDash boys, but also like they don't fuck the consumer. It's more of like I have no problem. I've always been a big tipper, especially post pandemic. I tip like 30% every fucking time.
Still doing it
Yeah, I think I'm
because we're out of the pandemic era, as we declared.
Yeah,
but a lot
but-
of those things stick around.
Yeah, people hadn't a hard enough time. And
That's
dude,
why, you know
I
what
was
though?
seeing
This is
the-
where it's double fucked, because people like us are still tipping like it's the real pandemic, and all of these companies still using the pandemic to fuck you. Where it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we have to charge more for this, and we have to cut, like, you're not getting any frills on planes or anything anymore because of Corona. That shit's over now.
Right.
But now the plane ride just sucks because they don't want to pay for that shit.
That's yesterday I was thinking about it. Yesterday I got a bagel. Right, I got a bagel and water. I was waiting at a pharmacy. I got a bagel and water, and it was like $12. And I
That's
gave
that 10% inflation, dog.
I gave her $4 as a tip because I was like, this is $4. It's literally the bagel place was empty. There was no one. I was the only customer. I was
Wait,
like,
you just picked the bagel up and you give him $4?
I was going to drive-through. Yeah.
I don't think I would tip on that.
I tip if there's a tip line, I tip on everything now. And I gave it $4 because I was like, look, she probably makes like $8 an hour. In 40 seconds, she just doubled her fucking, or
Yeah.
she like got a huge raise. It means literally nothing to me. So like, why not do it? It
Yeah,
does-
I mean, it's very generous.
but like I do it all the time. But the reason I bring this all up is that like it used to be delivery when you ordered a pizza or you ordered Chinese food, when that was like you called and you got that shit delivered. It was like you gave them $5. Now it's like 20%.
That's
And-
I mean, I get fucking $65 orders.
Yeah, that's what I'm
20% is a
saying.
fat tip.
Do
you leave the 20%?
I feel bad changing it off 20%, so I leave it on 20%, and I
Bro.
definitely end up doing like, I'll give like $15, $20 tips on a fucking.
Bro, your generosity over the years has crossed over into just madness. It's madness. Like, it's just not. I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't like. They forget to change it sometimes, but to remember and be like, nah, I'll give you an $18 tip on this. You're the man, dude. You're great.
I'll very rarely, I'll order like a steak dinner, and then like I'm not giving you $40. Like if I like that's.
I think you would.
No, I'll change it down to like 15 or 18%.
I think you've gotten worse and in better. Like, I feel like over the years, your tipping is just getting out of control.
My tipping is out of control.
Like, it was always out of control in the beginning, but now it's out of control.
It is like
Giving
honestly,
like a $20 DoorDash tip is nuts.
It's
They must be like, what?
yeah.
Although I did notice that they added a extra like fast thing now,
Extra fast.
Yeah.
we're such fucking suckers.
which is like there's
We're all
no
such
way
fucking suckers.
there's any difference.
Nope.
And I
None
was like,
whatsoever.
yup.
That's on Lyft. I noticed that on Lyft. Like express order. Like, give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And also, none of those times are real on the fucking rideshare
They
apps.
all lie.
They're because it's like that's the car right now, and once I hit enter, you're gonna get me a different car. It's always fucking different. So you're a fucking loser, and you're an idiot if you fucking get one of those like express orders.
But wait, anyway, so back to you. How many like things would you drive in a night?
I didn't do it like I would. I mean, it wasn't like a consistent thing. I would just do it like whenever I had time, aside from my Cutco and babysitting. So then
How old were you? You were 21.
No. This was.
I said 21.
This was. I would have been 17.
You were doing DoorDash
16?
at 17, Jacqueline?
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
well,
you were
now
a
when
hustler. You
now
were
when I
babysitting,
was a hustler.
Cutco and DoorDash at
Yo,
17.
you must have been caking it.
No, I was making more that summer than I think I am right now.
Definitely.
But what was I just talking
Because
about?
babysitting's something people crazy overpay for too,
Cash
right?
money, bro. Cash
Dude,
Yeah.
I saw someone I
Rich
follow
family.
on Twitter today, and you can either give me a nod, yes, or no. Where like, I guess like during one of Biden's speeches, he was talking about what it costs for childcare in cities, and I guess Biden said something like 14,000, and they were like, it's way closer to 25,000-30,000. That's what childcare in a city is, like per kid.
I mean, I pay. No, well, you know what's nuts is I pay 50.
What?
Yeah, 1,000 a week.
Bro, that's
And actually, it's more. Yeah, it's like 12, bro. And you know what? If she came tomorrow and was like the rate's 100, I'd be like, okay. Like I don't. It should be more. First of all, it should be more because it's the worst job in the world, and she just is like she has me by the balls, and it's like. It's
But that you're just talking about just watching. I think this was talking about like also their education. Like this is you're talking about just your babysitting.
and they go to school.
And then school has a tuition as well. Dude, you are nuts. Dude,
Yo, don't
dude,
have
if I
kids.
ever accidentally get someone pregnant, PS 167 is the first time I can see in a book.
Yo, that is true, and I don't know. I'm almost positive I didn't do this. I'm pretty sure I went to pre-K is when I started school.
Yeah.
My kids started school when they were 2.
No, I started when I was 5, 4
Two?
or 5, whatever.
2 is madness. 2 is like they babysit you for 2 hours and charge you tuition. It's fucking insane, dude. And daycare was probably the same. It was it was probably like no, it was probably a little bit less, but it was probably like $3,000 a month or something like that. It's crazy.
That should be illegal.
But also it's like it's a crazy like it's a hard ass job, and then I'll shoot you straight. She's like the best parent out of the 3 of us. So it's like, how much can you put a number on like raising your children right? Because that's what we're doing, you know. So if she were to like strong on me for more money, I couldn't be like, hey kids, your second mom's gone now. We got a new one. We're sliding her in because she only costs a fraction of it. But yeah, I mean, 1,000 a week is gonna.
But
fucking...
I guess if you're gonna spend money on anything, it would be your children.
That's what I mean. It's a similar argument to the haircut thing. I saw Stephen Che put out a tweet the other day. It was like, how much should a men's haircut cost? And there was a poll, and it was like 15, 20, 25, or 30. It was like only $5 increments or something like that. And the last one I think was like 45 or up or something like that. And I always say, especially after like the Fleischman difference, being like, why would you not pay top dollar for something that's like on your fucking face all the time? Same thing for me with the kid stuff. It's like the amount of people I've seen struggle to find the right babysitter or daycare or whatever, and like we've got like the greatest one in the world. Blank check.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, I'm joking. I'm lying. I didn't mean it. But like blank fucking check. Were you making the most babysitting or?
Babysitting, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you find the right thing. You find some rich people or generous people, and they got a bunch of kids, and they don't really care. And it's just. Did you ever like go on
babysitter
vacation?
Who just like didn't do shit?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How old were the kids?
There was 2 boys. They
boy.
were like 6 and 7 or whatever. And they like at first I was like really anal about it, but then they would kind of be like. Then my other friend started babysitting them too on the off days, so then it was this competition of like who was the more chill babysitter because they would
These
like
kids
judge
are like
us. They
smoking
totally
weed,
played
and
this,
drinking
yeah.
the liquor.
Yeah, so
Jackie's here. Get out the brown liquor. DoorDash.
I can't believe you worked on that.
Anyway.
My point was going to be, I'm surprised when it's a cabbie or a DoorDash person because it's dangerous.
You're
It's
gonna get fucking kidnapped.
It's kinda hard.
People fight male cabbies all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a regular thing that people fight male cabbies so often. They had to put up a sign saying it's a federal offense to punch this person in the face. They had to remind you it's illegal
stop
to punch
punching
someone.
Uber drivers.
It just like never occurred to me that it was dangerous for some reason.
I guess
today
it
would
is
be
a little more dangerous to bring people into your car. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you just had the food, but man, imagine that. Here's your food. Yoink!
17-year-old
You're in the basement now.
Jackie just dropping off your Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
And your parents were like, "Go do your thing, girl."
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, we're still not halfway through our first time on the asshole. Pilot, yada yada. Transferred base. She offered to let me live in her house and use her house as my address because she now spends so much time with her boyfriend that she's barely around. I would pay the bills, no rent, and I would put her on my flight benefits, fair trade. Well, my girlfriend and I decided to try an online product. It's a honey that's supposed to have low doses of Viagra in it to, with the eye emojis. No, I don't know.
Is it
What
to
does
get
that
your
mean?
cock hard?
To get your fucking dick filled with blood so you can put it in her pussy. It's called Male Supplement Honey. Well, I got it delivered to the house, then flew back to back for like 2 weeks and didn't make it home. Mid-trip, I get angry calls and texts from my family saying that my mom went to the hospital thinking she was having a heart attack or tachycardia. I don't know how to say that. Tachycardia. Turns out my mom opened the mail, ate the honey, and was feeling the effects. Apparently, I should have warned her about a box that had my name on it. That was what was going to be coming was a perverted honey in it. Mom, don't open the perverted honey. Even my dad is siding with my mom, and I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Am I the asshole for not telling her I got Viagra sent to the house? 2 things. I moved out of the house. Also, my mom went to the ER, but they discharged her. She got a little high blood pressure, and that was it. Viagra isn't fatal to women, and there's not enough in the honey. She just had a strong reaction. She's so over the top. She decided to admit herself. She literally drove herself to the ER.
I don't know. So like,
What don't you know?
I don't know.
Why? If you open up a box with my name on it, find something, and then ingest it, and you have a problem with it,
It is.
are you out of your fucking mind?
No. Look, there's the obvious here, but like, if this has been Viagra pills, obviously not the asshole. If you're getting food shipped to the house, I'm a communal guy. Food's in the house. I'm eating it. I'm eating some food.
I'm with you on that.
Now, I wouldn't open someone else's package, and I did not grow up. I grew up in the very opposite of this kind of household, where my mom still to this day when I get Barstool stuff sent to the house that's clearly from Barstool Sports in a Barstool bag, being like, you have mail. I'm like,
yeah.
That's for Dad. I sent it. Like, I don't fucking live there. Like, open it. And so it is not something I've ever experienced with. Or have experience with. However, if you know you have that kind of mom who's going to be opening shit up, which he clearly did.
True.
You got to be like, hey, there's some food coming. Don't eat it. It's almost like fucking like weed food.
Well,
right?
I was going to say, but
is.
that's all the more reason I think it's wrong. Because in this day and age, you got gummies and snacks and shit that might be loaded with things. Like, you shouldn't be eating anything that you don't know.
You should at least inspect the label.
The label or something, or ask the person whose box it came in. Like, no, this is on you. You are responsible for your fucking body.
It's 100% on her. But also, there's a part where I'd be like, hey, I have a package coming. Don't open it.
Boxers trying me.
I have a package coming. Just like you don't even say what's in it. I have a package coming.
Don't open it.
Put it on my bed.
But when you got a mom like that, you've alerted her to the package.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you, that would be his answer. He'd be like, no, because now I've drawn attention to it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, she's probably going to get in this box no matter what. But at least give yourself a chance that maybe, just maybe, she leaves it alone. If I tell her about it, she's opening it. And then she eats my fucking dick honey. You know what? To me, that's a good lesson. You know what I mean? Like, that's a booby trap. It's like, well, lesson. Next time, that's an Arrested Development lesson from Jay Weatherman. You know, that's why you don't eat people's dick honey, because you go to the hospital. By the way, whoever company this is.
Yeah.
I would definitely do some dick honey.
Let's look this up.
I would definitely do like dick honey or dick like syrup, dick like anything, dick butter.
Yeah.
I'll do all this shit.
I'll do anything but get my dick electrocuted because I clearly pussied out on that.
Yeah, that's fair. But could you imagine that, like, all right, it's time for like a big date, and I'm putting this. I'm having. What do I dip? I got some steak, and I'm doing some steak sauce, and it's also some boner sauce. And so that now when I'm done and it's time to fuck, this whole meal, my dick's been getting hard.
But it's also probably like fucking.
But this is like gas station pills.
It's also like fucking. What do you call it? Fucking Mama Juana. Mama Juana is like a Dominican rum type mixer.
Right.
It's what the Red Sox drank before the.
It's supposed to have like an aphrodisiac or something.
Comeback, yeah. And like I've drank it before. It's not like.
No. I want
Viagra.
I want Viagra laced food products.
Yeah. Like treat me like a dog and fucking crash up some
Yes.
Pfizer
Put it
Viagra.
in the peanut butter.
Put
I
it
don't
into
know.
my yogurt and I'll fucking eat it up like that.
Yeah. Put my dick pills in a Kong. And let me just put my snout in there. Yeah. No, I mean that. If they haven't done that yet, tell that bitch at the party next time. What? Forget about Wordle.
You know what the next thing is?
Dick sauce. Dick
Dick
sauce.
You mean lube?
No. Dick sauce. By the way, you mentioned lube. I forgot to bring this up a couple episodes ago. There's got a major lube problem.
Yeah.
Got a lube problem. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it. Zach, what do I do about a lube problem? I've developed late in life somehow an allergy to lube. And
Which one? What's it?
like some regular ass water-based fucking like the normal shit. I'm not doing
silicon-based?
I've done it all, man. Actually, so wait, no, I might not have tried silicone yet, but I feel like I have throughout my life. But I maybe now since this thing, so I definitely got to try them all out and like experiment.
So what
at this
happens when it goes awry?
It's not really my dick so much as it's the boys.
The boys, yeah, the balls.
It's just like
Sagulos. Couple crustaceans on there, huh?
my barnacles.
Couple callus
It's just it's like it's itchy and red. It's like a irritation, and so I went. This is like a couple years ago, and they gave me some like generic steroid cream that's like for anything. It's like it can, cure like fucking injuries and allergies, all that shit. And so usually if I run into this problem, I just use that and it's fine. Didn't have it. Like I was out and I knew it, and I was at a crossroads where I was like, am I just gonna fuck this person in the ass and then have a problem with my balls, or or not? Like, am I gonna say no to this, or am I just gonna deal with this the next day? And in the moment, I was like, we're dealing with this the next day, bro. And
That's a
a bad decision.
I like how I'm like, what a crazy idea that is. Where like there's been 10 million times in my life where I'm like, we could not have a drink and have a fine day tomorrow,
Yeah.
or like have
Right.
one more and
It's-
ruin the day.
It's just like anything else, yeah. So, man, let me tell you something. I've only done it probably twice in my life. Showing your dick to a doctor is the worst.
Ugh.
I hate that.
I honestly don't know if a doctor's ever seen my penis.
Really? It's
No,
terrible.
it came out the womb, yeah. But then when I was like, I remember, I think the last time a doctor saw my dick, I was very nervous that he was gonna get mad at me for shaving. So that's what age I was. That's how old I was last time a doctor saw my
Like
penis.
a doctor would have been like, "You're not supposed to do this.
Yeah,
Let it naturally grow."
What are you doing? You're
Yeah.
16 years old. You're
Right,
not fucking.
right,
You don't need to
right.
be shaving this.
Weird feeling.
Yeah.
But I get it. But I walk in and like the like nurse, if you will, or whoever's like taking my notes or whatever. Thank God it was a guy, and I was like, I'm having an allergic reaction, and he's like, where? And I was like, my nuts. I went with nuts. I don't know why. I wasn't gonna say testicles. Balls felt like I was like joking around too much. I was like, it's my nuts, dude.
It's a tough choice. I think you went with a good one.
Yeah, like it's like a playful, but whatever. And then the doctor comes in, and thankfully he was like, he had been, he was tipped off to it, so he just was. I think he said something like, "So here we got a problem like south of the border." He said something like that, like, and I was like, "Yeah," and then he's like, and I explained everything. I was like, I know exactly what's going on. This happened to me before. I just need the same thing. If you could renew this prescription. And he was like, sounds like you know exactly what's happening, but like we should still take a look too. And I was like. And I'm like, okay.
Oh wait, the doctor told me my nuts the STD one. Never mind, that's the last.
I was about to say, if you've ever had any STD problems, they want to look first.
Yeah.
So Then I know what's coming, and this is the worst. I should have stopped this. Is he put a finger? No, I'm sitting on the chair, right, and I could have just been like, like get up, right? But he's like, let's take a look. Bzzz, and I was just like, and I'm going backwards for like what felt like 30 seconds. It's like, I gotta show my balls, gotta show my balls, gotta show my balls, gotta show my balls. And like we get down there, and I'm just like,
You in the stirrups?
no stirrups. But that's what I did say. I was like, man, chicks gotta like regularly do this shit. That sucks. And what's even worse for them because they were getting, fucking probed and fisted and shit. But I was just like, kind of like one eye open at him, just being like, just tell it's fine, right? Let's go. Mortifying. But of course he was like, well, why don't you stop using this product? And I was like, I know, dude. It's not like I seek it out. And I'm like, let me get a fucking irritation on my junk today. It was a heat of the moment thing, dude.
That's very funny. It's just on the fucking drip.
Yeah, it's not the dick. I guess it's different skin or something. I don't know, man. It's a fucking catastrophe, though. I also kind of forget about it. Like, then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a shitty day.
Like itchy?
Yeah, it's just like itchy and like when water hits it, it's like.
I might be allergic to underpants.
That's just called everyday life for me, bro. But yeah, it is one of the. What's funny too though? I guess it was the first time anyone's ever just like blatantly asked me. But he was basically he's like, you fucking dudes or fucking girls, and it just like threw me for a loop because I was explaining everything else, and he was like, men or women, and I was like, men or women, what, dude? I was like, oh yeah.
Well, I had my gullet thing, and that was the first time that ever happened to me. They were like, are you performing oral sex? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Oral. I was like, yeah, I'm performing fucking oral sex. I'd fucking twist you around this room, lady.
Spin you like a top, bitch.
And she goes, and she's like, could he or she have STDs? I was like, whoa,
Hey, now, I'm not sucking any dick, pal.
hang on. I know it's a throat injury, but it's not a bruise.
It really is funny because we're basically as gay as straight guys get. But when he was like, men or women, I was like, excuse me, what? And then when I realized, I was like, women.
Can you see his hat?
You think a guy would fuck me with this thing on? Break. It's my final week in control of the YouTube channel for the Blade Bet. I got a 1,000 subscriber lead right now. It's time to step on the throat, step on Feidelberg's cleanly shaven throat, and make sure we expose him for the ugly mutt that he is while I keep my beautiful scruff going here. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and comment, tell your friends to subscribe, and let's finish this thing off strong. Am I the Asshole is brought to you by Icon Pass. For all the skiers out there, Johnny Shreds.
Yeah, baby.
Johnny Shreds hitting the slope, shredding the gnar. Is the gnar soap or waves or both?
Soap?
Snow or waves?
The gnar is it's either, I think.
It's either. That's what I thought, right?
The gnar
is
the gnar is like powder. Like,
right.
I'm not a surfer, so I describe it like the gnar is a fucking powder.
The gnar. I always thought it was GN. Owning it, surfboarding, skating. But yeah, it's just the gnar, bro. Yeah. The gnar is a state of being, and you got to shred it.
You got a nice pow day, you go shred it.
Oh, the pow pow.
Yeah.
When you get the pow pow going. And so Icon Pass is a ski pass that you can get now for the tail end of 2022 or gear up for 2023, where it's basically the most cost-effective pass you'll ever buy in your life. If you ski like one single time, you pay for this pass, and it allows you to ski the entire season. The mathematics on that is amazing. They probably figured out that most people ski like one time, and like this'll work. This makes sense for you. Everybody gets out there once and remembers how like hard it is to fucking ski. And it's like, but if you want to go the rest of the season, you can do it with the Icon Pass. Multi-destinations all across the country, all across the Northeast, all the way out west. The best ski destinations in the world. So whether you are just trying to ski during the spring for the last runs or gear up for next year, Icon Pass is the way to do it. It starts at just $249 for an adult. There's the 2-day session, there's the 3-day session, a bunch of different entry points, flexibility and availability for riders, which means all styles, all experience levels, all levels for your family, everything with worldwide destinations at Icon Pass. So explore options at ikonpass.com. It's Icon Pass, IKON pass.com. All right, moving on. Am I the asshole for not tying my girlfriend's shoelaces?
Good question.
Me, 24 male, girlfriend, 24 female. Girlfriend broke her hand recently. We had dinner with some friends my friends last. Begin again. We had dinner with some of my friends last night. She insisted on wearing shoes with laces. I asked her how she planned on tying her shoelaces if they got untied. She said she'd make me tie them. I told her I wouldn't, and that she'd end up breaking her other hand. What does that mean? Is that like a threat?
Yeah.
You're gonna end up with 2 broken hands. What do you tell a girl with 2 black eyes? You know that joke?
I know. I forget it.
Nothing. You already told her twice. It was like back when it was just like funny to joke about domestic violence. Remember even hearing that joke as a kid, being like, "God damn!" And now it's like, obviously, you could never tell that. I told her I wouldn't do it. She'd end up breaking another hand. I'm guessing she thought I was joking because her shoelaces did get untied when we were out with my friends, and she told me to tie them. I laughed in her face and told her to tie them herself. She stared at me angrily like I did something wrong by refusing to tie her stupid shoelaces that I warned her about. I avoided her for the rest of the night. I noticed her shoelaces were tied on the way home, so she probably made some poor guy tie them for her. She slept on the couch last night and won't talk to me. Am I the asshole?
Bro, you are undeniably the asshole.
The biggest asshole
Like,
we have ever come across in the
it's
world.
pretty rare to be the asshole. And am I the asshole? It's a pretty
And like
great
unanimously,
accomplishment
yeah.
to become like, yeah, you're the asshole. Yeah, bro, just tie your
She's
fucking
asking
handicapped girlfriend's sneakers.
She's asking you to do like a very menial task. Like it takes 2 fucking seconds. I mean, and what's at the root of this is some like dumb macho shit. You know that, right?
Well, he just want to get on his knee.
Yes, like he doesn't want to like bend down and tie her
But like
shoes.
dumb macho shit is also like back in the day, like not wanting to do that girly shit. It's also like that was the most macho shit. Like you did that for your lady.
Yeah. Being like
If
fucking
you want to be like
chivalry.
macho man, fucking do that shit.
Yeah, but also like, so you know, it's like carrying your girl's purse. Like if you're out with a girl and she gives you her bag, what do?
I hold it.
Hey, just fucking hold it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like throw it
Throw
on.
into traffic.
I empty out all the contents and then I put it in.
What do you think this is, lady? You think I'm doing girl shit for you? No fucking thanks.
Carry your own bag. Like at
You
the,
think you started dating a little poof? You think I'm holding a purse?
what's so
No,
crazy?
I find it difficult because I have my purse there. Where am I supposed to put this? I got my own purse.
As long as you hold mine later. When my feet are hurting later and I switched out of shoes, you got to hold my purse too, honey. But like, if your girl carried a backpack instead, and at some point was like, "Yo, can you hold my backpack?" Would you be like, "Fucking no," because you're encroaching on my masculinity? It's like it's just a fucking leather thing with some straps on it. You can't hold it.
Like, what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna be holding a purse and someone's gonna commit a hate crime?
Yeah.
Like,
I was holding my girl's purse and somebody fucked me in the ass. This guy ran up right behind me, dick in the butt, because I had a purse on me.
It is. I mean, this is like this
Crazy.
is absolutely 100% break up with this guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it
But,
is.
like she's
But
asking
not,
you.
Like this is, but it's also like he wants to break up with her too. This is just like
Yeah. You just like don't like this person if you're not willing to help them when they're in
willing
need.
to tie their sneakers.
Yeah. Like she's asking you to just like wiggle some ropes around.
It's not that
Like-
she doesn't know how to tie.
Right. She
She's
just
a broken
can't.
hand.
Yeah. Now, I will say this though. I do believe this all sounds like macho shit to me, the way he's like reading this, writing this. If it was more like, if it was me and I said something like, "Yo, the shoes that you wear are, let's say she wears some like fucking fancy shoes or high like clog, whatever, you know what I mean?" And I was like, "Yo, those shoes always untie. And it's fucking stupid for you to wear a pair of shoes that untie when you have a broken hand. Because what if I'm not around or what if something happens? Like those shoes are gonna untie and you are in a position where you can't tie your shoes right now. So just don't wear those tonight." Put on like a pair of slip-ons or something like that. If it's like an argument like that, where it's just like, yo, I'm being logical and telling you that this is a bad idea because of circumstances, and you're just going to say, no, I'm going to make you do it anyway. It might be more of like a principle thing at that point. Like a deeper argument with the relationship. You know what I mean?
But even then, like if she's out in public with,
Yes.
I'd be like, all right, I'll tie him. Like,
But I would do that, but it would be a big time told you so. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
oh,
I
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
told you
For sure.
this was going to happen.
For sure.
Because it might be a deeper thing where it's just like, every time I'd say, you know, like, hey, it's going to rain, so maybe you should wear this. Or, you know, we have to walk a long way, so don't wear high heels. And every time she does, and then I have to carry you. Or something like that.
I'll rub it in.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
rub it
I'm
in.
going to get my money's
I'll
worth.
fucking tie it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tie him fucking tight. And like, you know.
And also, if we're talking about specific kind of shoes, if we're talking about like a pair of lace-up boots,
Yeah, if it's like to your knee or something, then
well,
yeah.
that's a different story.
That's what I mean.
That's
If
a different
it
story.
might
We're
be
talking about-
something.
It seemed like he might have said sneakers, if I remember correctly. Or
I think he just said stupid. He was like those stupid shoelaces.
all right, but he like yeah. if
He
we're
just
talking,
said
like,
shoes with laces, which does make me think then, because I think he would have just said sneakers. You know what I mean? Shoes with laces might imply that we're talking about some fancier shit.
maybe, but I mean, though, like you only unless like you only wear that shit like to the club, like
Right, but that is what I mean. Like if this is like homegirl wanted to go out in the most laced up thing of all time, and you were just like, this is not the time to wear that. You have a broken arm. And she did it anyway. I could see it being like, you dumb fucking bitch. I probably would tie them super, super tight, quadruple knot, and then like she can't even get them off.
It is one of those.
So
things
she has
that,
to like sleep in them the next night.
to a regular person, it doesn't bother you. To a regular person, it's completely acceptable and okay.
But
like
to the relationship,
if you're in an unhealthy relationship, like dude, I remember getting just fucking
I would.
like back in the day.
I don't
like,
even think you need to say unhealthy relationship. It's just a relationship. Like if one of you guys asked me to tie your shoes, sure. Your girlfriend does it to you. It's just like fucking this guy. You motherfucker.
Like I remember like getting furious when she like couldn't find her phone.
Yeah, I know. And that,
It's like-
yo,
and
that's
it's like,
the
it's
sign.
Like, it's like not that big a deal. Like just
That
just
is
chill
the
for a
sign
second.
when you.
Like, how can you not find your
Yeah,
phone in
yeah,
your purse? What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Right. When that
And I
happens,
wasn't doing that, but like in my head, that's what I was doing.
I think once you reach that point, and that is a point, and I don't think it means that you like have anger issues or whatever. When you reach a point where it's like, you know, they breathe the wrong way and it bothers you, it's time to move on down. And you know what? You know what the sadness of it all is? It happens always.
Yeah.
It's just like you get married, you spend like 40 years with someone, you're gonna hate everything about them by the end. Because on year like 20, you started to hate this, and on year 30, you started to hate that. On year 40, there's nothing left to hate. I hate all of it. I hate your shoes, I hate your hands, I hate your clothes, I hate your face, I hate your hair, all of it. But once that happens, it's a wrap. So 100% the asshole with a little star that's like, but I can understand it. All right, let's get into voicemails today. They are brought to you by SiriusXM. Listen to the SXM app at home or anywhere you are. No car required. Stream it all on your phone, online, or at home. 425 channels are waiting for you on the SXM app. Enjoy ad-free music channels for every genre, artist-dedicated channels, and more. Catch live play-by-play of games from every major sports league and 24/7 sports talk from the biggest names in the world. Stay informed with world-class news from every angle and hear the brightest stars in entertainment with original talk and exclusive comedy on the SXM app. SXM app exclusives include ad-free extra music channels, podcasts including SiriusXM originals, and on-demand video of in-studio performances and interviews. Subscribe now and get your first 3 months for free of the SXM app. Visit SiriusXM.com/KFCRADIO offer to sign up. Offer details apply. All right, voicemails, what do we got?
What's up, team? Mike here from St. Louis again. Just got done listening to Tuesday's pod and the dude called him in to say, what's the stupidest thing your significant other has ever done or said in front of your parents? So I might win this one. So years ago, I was dating this girl who was a financial investment banker or something along those lines. So hot, ridiculously hot, way outkicked my coverage on this one. So stupid. Don't know how she was that stupid, but hella stupid. So had her over to my parents for dinner. My dad is definitely down with hot, stupid chicks because he's the homie. Mom, not so much. Not so much. So behind the dinner table where she could see, there was this big map of the world that we used to have up there.
Oh, no.
And she was just staring at it. You could tell she was just... Something was going on. Something was happening upstairs, but not a whole lot. And we all knew it. My dad smiles at me, waiting for her to say something. Mom finally says to her, Alex, do you have a question? Is there something you need? She's like, Yeah, how many states are in Alaska? Swear to God. So, yeah. So that was definitely a great
States
dinner after that. A lot of real intelligent conversation, as you can imagine. But I don't know. Stuck with her because, well, she was hot as fuck, and you know, who cares, right? So I guess the question that I have is not only what is the stupidest thing, but how much stupidity would you put up with for like a hotness ratio? You know what I'm saying?
I go back and forth on smartness. I feel like it's not like totally necessary. like I don't think. I think if you're like you're good to me and you're like fun and like, you know what I mean. Like I don't need you to fuck. I need you to maybe know that there's, you know, how many states are in Alaska.
One.
But like, wait, what? But yeah, like I don't know. I like as a necessity. Like obviously it's an attractive like quality, but like if you have like a loyal girl or guy, super nice, would die for you, does everything for you, but like also would be like, wait a minute, you know, how many fucking pennies are in a dollar or something? And it's just like,
I don't know. I've never dated a not smart person, so that I can see myself getting
fed up,
very annoyed,
very
quick, because I am a corrector. Like I don't let you have it,
right?
Usually.
Which is crazy.
What?
Because you just let like everything else go.
Like I don't know why. Like particularly if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm like, I mean, because the relationship is the ultimate like fucking armrest where it's like, who's got the power here? And
this is so wildly unhealthy.
I
will correct you at all times to make sure I keep the power.
I'm not like fighting about it, but like, well, that's just not right.
Yeah.
Like, and, like if I know something's not right, I usually say something.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm positive something's not right, I'm like, well, that's not right. So that's if I don't know, I
do
will
it in
say I don't know.
Like if you're dating someone and they say something stupid, you can correct them in like a nice way, you know?
I honestly think correcting someone in a nice way feels more condescending.
But that's
like, well, you know, you were
that's
close,
condescending though.
But
that's condescending. I think if you like,
I'll just,
you know, you got to do it privately, you got to do it quietly.
Well,
you gotta do
I
it,
try.
like,
I try to not make a scene, but
Yeah.
like if like we're just sitting at home, like, well, you know that's wrong, right? Like, and then I've had it done to me a million times too. So like, that's why I don't see it as an issue. Because like when I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, look, you're wrong. I'm like, oh. Fuck. All right.
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I only do it if I'm 100% right that I'm right.
Right.
It's not
right.
like you know, it's when I do it, I'm batting 1,000 on correcting people.
So then where do you draw the line of smarts then? You know.
I don't know. Like I said, it's never been an issue for me. So I don't. I don't think
Because you know, there's plenty of people who would look at us and be like, "You're dumb." You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like,
For
we're too dumb for some people. You know.
Yeah.
So it's all relative. Where it's like, oh, you don't know like the theory of relativity. I couldn't date you. Where for us, it's like, you didn't know. You know how many states there are? Like that's our level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
like what?
Fine,
Like,
let's call it third grade then.
I was about to be like, what? But even that, you know, because if we were to do Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader right now, we get our asses kicked.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
So
do so hot.
it's like what, you know, everybody has, you know, if
honestly,
if
it has nothing to do with-
there could have been a moment where I was at a party with a girl and I could have said, wait a minute, tortillas. Make tortilla chips, and everyone would have been like, "That guy is too stupid to date." You know,
that's true.
So like everybody has their scarecrows.
Oh, mine was no, mine was no. Well, okay, it's more than
Everyone's rattling off.
No, it was dangerous.
Yes, but that was you know, that's not as bad. Openly saying scarecrows.
Yeah,
that was wild.
But I caught that fast.
Yes, you caught it as it came out of your mouth.
I think intelligence doesn't really matter because I don't think I've met few intelligent people in my life. But like smarts are different. Like we're like like, can I leave you alone in the apartment?
Right,
You're not gonna stick a fork in the fucking socket. That's it.
Like aptitude versus like street smarts and book smarts and intelligence versus
I've run into
knowledge.
in my life. How many like intelligent people have you met? Where you're like,
well, wait,
you walk away being like, that is a fucking intelligent.
So I think of intelligent I think intelligent is when, you know, like knowing facts to me doesn't make you intelligent. You know.
No,
So you can sound smart as fuck if you like have just read books and know
Yeah,
things.
but
intelligent is like, you have brain power to like work through things and think through things and like different
like I
come from a different angle and like make me think different ways and shit like that.
It's like I honestly I can probably count on 2 hands like the amount of intelligent people I've like sat down and talked to.
Yeah.
Like it's very very rare.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much in the same like
we're
range
all like
here.
We're all alive.
Yeah.
We all went to school and we're alive.
Right.
That's
right. Well, it's funny playing like the dozen because the dozen is not something that like that's kind of what I mean is like knowing shit versus if you're smart because some of these like the dozen questions for like especially the sports ones I'm like I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And that's just like people knowing shit. But then even sometimes if they're outside of sports, it's like people will surprise you with what they know. But I don't know if I would be like that makes you smart,
No, I wouldn't think so.
It's like you can be dumb but know stuff. But then I think you can be smart and not know certain things. You know what I mean? And that's where you can get caught up in these moments where you're like, you say something silly and it's like.
What we sound like right now are 2 alcoholics convincing each other we're not alcoholics. Like, dude, it's not crazy. Like, the amount we drink isn't that crazy. Plenty of people drink like this. It's not like we're not stupid. We're not dumb people. We are smart. We're just listing off all the times we were dumb. We're like everyone does that. Everyone does that.
We've all got our moments, man. The stupidest I've ever encountered. There was.
I mean, I hate to. This is our mine. It sounds mean to talk about because, and maybe it's the states that brought it up, but it's on camera, so I can't pretend it didn't happen. Aaron Olash. Thinking Massachusetts was in Montana.
Thinking that she didn't know where Florida was.
Florida, yep.
She thought that Massachusetts was Montana, and she didn't know where Florida was. But
that's about as bad as it gets.
But she's the hottest person ever walked the planet. So it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. But like even like why would geography matter? Why does geography matter in a relationship? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
If that girl knew like everything else,
then it's like a bit of a glass shadow. We're like, oof.
Yeah, but like if
shouldn't, but it does.
If she was relatively like smart with everything else and was just like, because again, if you gave me a map of Europe right now, there'd be some people who live in like London who'd be like, this guy is retarded. And it's like, I'm not. I just don't know anything about that. And it's crazy that she didn't know America. But, you could be a fucking doctor and theoretically, like, I don't know. I forgot everything I ever learned about a map.
Yeah, I know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I know what I need to know.
Right. But there's a lot of shit you don't need to know, dude.
And I actually, that's where my line would be. How they respond to it. That's what mattered to me most.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
So if you say, you dumb bitch, Alaska is just a state itself. There's no states within it.
That's not how I'd say it. I'd say, you're wrong, right? I mean,
So what reaction do you want from her?
She'd be like, I know what I need to know. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
so she big times you. You're in.
She's like, oh, you know that, you loser?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, or if she just goes like,
how fun was it paying attention in high school? Right. I looked like this.
Right. I was busy having fun, getting fucked. Like, yeah. If someone was super hot and super dumb,
me. Maybe
yes.
I'm just trying to find one I'm okay with.
If someone was super hot and super dumb, and they were like, oh, okay, it's cool. I mean, I don't need to know those things because I'm better looking than you. I'd be like, okay, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Let's make babies. You give the hotness, I give the smartness, and we're good to go.
If you have fun on your podcast. See
right. I'm gonna go make money for nothing.
Yeah.
How about that, you dumb fucking ugly idiot?
I'm gonna go be a financial investor.
Yeah.
Like, that's how hot I am.
Right. People give me their money.
They made me a financial investor. I don't know what the states look like.
Right. I remember one time a girl I was with said, so my buddy came out of the ocean and was like, I got bit by a crab. He was like showing his foot. He's like, look, I got bit. And she went, oh, I knew he was like that was out there. And he was like, what? And he was like, I could smell it.
I forgot you.
I could smell it from the ocean. The one crab that bit him.
I could smell him.
Could smell it. Okay.
Thanks for the fucking warning, then.
Sounds good. And I can't remember another girl I dated, the things that she said, but routinely had like Jessica Simpson newlyweds moments, like the chicken of the sea.
Yeah,
I think she actually did do the tuna fish thing with me once, and I was like, I remember being like Nick Lachey, being,
bit?
yeah, I was like, That's what the show's about. And you're doing it right now. She was like, yeah, what? But yeah, listen, everybody has their dumb moments and girls do it a lot. So all I'm saying is just think long and hard about how smart you need a girl to be, because guess what? You're going to find yourself weeding out a lot of people.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you because you're not doing your job. Next up.
What's up, KFC fights? Everyone else, I got a quick hypothetical for you. If Usain Bolt and Joey Chestnut are doing a race and they have to eat one hot dog and then run 100 meters, who wins that race? I think it's Joey Chestnut by a mile, but let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I think that when you watch the 100-meter dash, you win.
I think he's probably right. I think he's right.
I think when you win by like a half a second, it's like a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's a decent amount of space. Like it's usually like you win by a tenth of a second, and that's like a full body. If you win by
well,
like
Usain Bolt is the one though where it's
Where
like
there's a gap, right?
He like stops
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
And, like, looks behind him. Like, were you guys are that far back?
but most humans are going to finish a
This is a
100
great
yard.
question.
Most humans are going to finish a 100-yard dash between like within 15 seconds, right?
I would guess so. What's
Where-
Usain running in? Like 12?
Like 10, I think.
10?
Like 10-5, let's say. Like between
Okay.
10 and 11. And I think Joey Chestnut could do that in like 15 seconds.
And he has to swallow the hot dog.
That's what I think it takes a normal human like a couple minutes to eat a hot dog. Not like like you know what I mean? Like you might take like 60 seconds to eat a hot dog. Just chew and swallow and all that shit. And that's so much longer than it's going to take to run 100 meters.
I think he can take down a dog.
And actually, by the way, as I'm saying this, it's probably like 20 seconds for a person to run like a normal person.
Can we check this stuff out? How long does the average human run 100 meters?
I mean, I'm thinking like if you
how far is 100 meters? It's further
like
than
a football
100
field.
yards. Well, 100 meters and 100 yards are different things.
I don't think so. I think they're both they're both a meter and a yard. Yeah.
So it's a quarter mile. Quarter mile.
No. It's just the one. It's a quarter of a quarter, basically. It's the one straightaway on a quarter mile. But I'm pretty sure meters and yards are basically the same thing. So it's like, I'm just thinking about me running across a football field. Take a long time. But me eating a hot dog, I'd probably be like, oh shit, I'm choking. Hang on, let me swallow. Let me take another bite. Like when I remember being like 3, 2, 1, go, and I like deep throated my first hot dog, and then I like I was like, oh my god, I can't do that at all.
Yeah.
And then I need to like spit it back up, start to chew it, finish it, chew it, like take another bite. Like I think it would take longer for a hot dog novice to eat a hot dog than a running novice to run 100 meters.
It's about 14
Like,
seconds.
14.
It'll probably be probably a little longer, but whatever.
So let's say it's the other way around. Let's just do it that way. We both run 100 meters. He gets there in 10 seconds. I get there in 15 seconds. Now we start eating. I start to eat my hot dog. 5 seconds later, Joey just comes and goes, whoop. I'm not eating a hot dog in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you know? So I have a 5, it's basically like, put it this way. I give Usain Bolt a 5-second head start on Joey Chestnut eating a hot dog. Who's going to win?
And
'Cause
Joey
that's all this
Chestnut is in pretty good shape. Joey
Right.
Chestnut's not
Oh, I guess you do need to factor
right.
in that, like, I would be like, like I would be gassed as I finish, but like he's gonna do a hot dog in a heartbeat.
How long do they have for this? A minute?
No. It's 10 minutes.
Okay.
He does.
So
like,
he's actually not moving as fast as I thought he was.
well, I think this is like the very end, isn't it? Yeah, he's eating
Yeah,
73.
he's got
right
like
there.
30 seconds left.
So we need like his first hot dog because I'm pretty sure it's like joink. Like Kobayashi used to go like this. He would put 2 in his hands and go like
Yeah.
and then he would eat the bun, and it's like you did 2 hot dogs in like 10 seconds. So I think if you're factoring in,
God, this is just,
if you're factoring in like how tired you might be after the 100-meter dash, it might matter. Like that might affect it for sure. But it's basically, I mean, yeah, look at that. Look at that. It was like bite. Yeah, I mean, it's like putting it in a wood chipper, dude. It's crazy. It's like putting a hot dog in an incinerator.
it is bananas.
So, you know, like I think it would
Why
need
is he
to
fucking jerking off on the way in?
be like his little
He
twist.
has a little fucking pepper shaker.
Yeah. So I think it would need to be like Usain needs to run, Joey needs to run like a full lap or something. And Usain's doing 100 and
It is just like, what is that water to spill down his hand?
because he dips the buns in the water and everything.
It is gross. Oh, what a horrifying sight. Yeah, it's Joey Chestnut. In a
So do we talk about
But fucking if all right. So say Usain can do it. He's doing it in 2 seconds there, right?
Yeah.
Say Usain can do it in 6.
But
Then if Usain can do it in 6, then he ties. No chance.
and there's no way he does it in 6.
no chance.
No way. And like, and
It's a great question. It's a really good question.
unless Joey Chestnut tells you that in order to inhale them the way he does, like he can't be out of breath. You know what I mean? Like maybe like if he's like,
But it was starting with a hot dog. It wasn't finishing with a hot
oh,
dog.
then it's forget about
Yeah.
it. Then totally forget. about it.
If I remember correctly, right? It was started with a hot dog? Yeah, starting with a dog.
So is this? Are they racing Usain right now?
I don't think there's actually. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is.
So this will be like an overlay of like people, like a regular person running it versus Usain. Because again, if you beat someone in the 100 meters by like 5 seconds, it's like you doubled them up. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's but again, you're not measuring eating hot dogs in a matter of single seconds. You know what I mean? That's really the difference there.
But he's not running. Like he's that's not, he's not even running.
He's just jogging. But so like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fat guys are crossing at 5. Yo, but what happened right there, by the way, this is why I'm not doing foot races ever again. You know how I have my rule about I don't leave the ground anymore?
Yeah.
I'm not doing foot races either. Too many people just fall right away. And I don't know when that starts in life, but I don't want to find out. I don't know if you have to be a certain fat, a certain weight, a certain age, but too many people go like 1, 2, 3, go, and they just fall. And that is the most embarrassing thing that can fucking happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that we could probably figure out. We need to figure out timing. We got to eat a hot dog as fast as we can
Which we've done before, and we didn't do very well.
5 seconds.
for the average person.
For the average person, we'll be behind Usain. Yeah.
And if it was like 1, 2, 3, eat a hot dog, I'd be like bite, bite, bite. I'd be chewing at 5 seconds. I'd be chewing my first
If he
half.
can run within his mouth, if he
can start.
How about this? If you if you have to cross the line with your mouth empty.
That would be like a tie. Yeah, that would be a better race.
That's right. Yeah.
That would be a better, a more reasonable.
I think if you can cross the line with your mouth empty, I think Usain's got a shot.
I would love what's Usain doing now? Let's do these.
Oh,
things.
Usain would do it.
You know?
I've seen like.
This is why we need a little more clout. We need this show to get a little bigger.
Yeah.
Because we can like just make these things happen. Like so, last week, 2 weeks ago, Tom and Bert were talking about Bert, doing his regular I can do anything. He was like, I could fight Stylebender. It's like how long do you think? It wasn't even like how long could I last. It was like, do you think I could beat him? And so Tom shows him clips, and it's like, are you out of your fucking mind? He was like, that's the last person you should have picked. Like all these guys could beat you up, but like maybe one of these other guys. Stylebender's like the most fucking like magical in the ring. And so Bert comes up with a mixed challenge like this too. He was like, what if Israel has to drink with me the night before, go shot for shot, drink for drink, like deep into the night. Everything I do, he has to do. Then we wake up at like 8 a.m. and fight like with hangovers. Would I have a shot then? And because I was like, that might be,
because athletes don't get those hangovers. Athletes don't fucking.
Athletes don't drink like that though. Bert might like kill an athlete.
Yeah, but I mean, some
like he might go to the hospital.
Yeah,
and then he's got to go fight somebody.
He's got to go in there. Like,
but I still
think,
yeah, with the gown on, and I still would take Stylebender. But it was like when Bert thought of it, he was like, "Oh, wait, here's what it is. Like you got to come into my arena, and then I come into yours." But apparently, the reason I said we got to get bigger is because Stylebender just texted Tom and was like, "Let's do it."
Really?
He was like, "I'll drink." Like he was like, "Let's just spar." And I'll drink while we do it, and I'll still fuck your boy up or whatever. So we need to get Usain running and eating hot dogs and shit.
That's crazy. Let's just do it.
Last voicemail today is brought to you by Coinbase. This is something we've all been on for a minute now. Coinbase.
Ever since Lou bullied me into it.
Lou and Bitcoin Marty, they told us, here's how you buy crypto, and you do it with Coinbase, and we all did it. And so, as far as I'm concerned, Coinbase is like the only one. Like to me, that's like crypto. Like it's synonymous with Bitcoin. Coinbase, Bitcoin, they're like made by the same people.
I completely agree with that.
It's like the only
commercials
option
for other stuff.
No,
and I think that's fake.
No,
shit.
the only
I genuinely think that.
Yeah, the only one I think is legitimate enough that I am like, okay, I would trust this. Is Coinbase.
I have relatives who work like heavy in this, and they're like,
Coinbase is the one.
Coinbase.
I mean, they got Super Bowl commercials for God's sakes. Yeah. Come on, they're legitimate. You want to level up that financial portfolio, get into crypto, and diversify in the future. It's Coinbase. Like we said, it's just the only choice. It's almost, to me, it's like Kleenex and Band-Aid. It's like the place you buy Bitcoin is with Coinbase. Forget all the other options. Go to Coinbase.com/KFCRadio today. You get $10 in free Bitcoin, which, you know, in a few years could be worth $1 million. Don't quote me on that. But $10 worth of Bitcoin could one day be worth more than $10.
Yeah, it's always worth to take $10 free.
You know,
particularly when those dollar amounts could grow exponentially, particularly right now.
Right now is the time to do it. Go to Coinbase.com/KFCRadio. It's a limited time offer, so sign up today. Go to Coinbase.com/KFCRadio. Get $10 in free Bitcoin when you start trading on Coinbase today. Next up.
Hey, Kevin, Feits, rest of the crew. So the other day, I was at the dog park, and I overheard this guy on the phone, and he was like, I don't care if he's a war criminal. If Putin came up to me, I'd still fuck him. And it got me thinking, what's the worst thing that someone could do and you'd still have sex with them? Like, would you have sex with a convicted murderer? Or like, what's the worst possible thing that someone could do? And you'd still be like, yeah, I'd hit that.
So a girl said I'd fuck
thanks,
Putin?
guys.
Is that what he said?
He said a guy.
I heard he said a guy. Is he gay? Or is it just like
imagine so? That's usually his fucking guys. We're talking guys, fucking guys.
Three great voice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got
is Putin a thing in the homosexual community?
You guys find Putin's daddy?
No.
Let's say pre-war.
Can you definitively say right now Putin is not daddy?
Wait, no. Yes. I can
Oh
say
well,
yes.
I know.
Zelensky's the one that everyone wants to fuck.
Yeah. That guy's
But-
stock.
Zelensky doesn't even wear a suit to fucking Senate meetings.
Yeah, that tweet's ridiculous.
This is crazy.
That's why.
It was like
complaining that he's not wearing a suit right
it
now.
was like, I understand that things are tough in the Ukraine right now, but like, could you maybe put on a suit when you meet with the United States
who
Senate?
said that?
Peter Schiff.
What a cock.
Who's like, he's gone back and forth with Dave stuff. He's like some kind of
What an
finance guy.
absolute cock. For real. Look at Pippi Longstocking over here with the braids. Wow. Yeah, Peter Schiff. I understand times are hard, but doesn't the president of the Ukraine own a suit? I don't have much respect for current members of the U.S. Congress either, but I still wouldn't address them wearing a T-shirt. I wouldn't want to disrespect the institution or the United States. Okay, dickhead.
Suck a cunt.
For real. 18,000 quote tweets right now. Good God, Peter, you are a complete asshole. I can't believe you haven't deleted this tweet yet. And that's from another guy, like another former national finance chair. He just said, good God, you're an asshole. That's what I love. And then PFT, say what you want about Saddam Hussein, but at least the man knew how to accessorize. and then I like this. While we're at it, Gaddafi was a fashion icon. And he's got all
Gaddafi
these fucking suits. He got these fits off. That's a fit.
His stuff.
That is a
Gaddafi,
fit.
tell you what, say you want about the guy. If he shook my hand, I'd fuck him.
Somebody said, it's only March, sir, but you have posted the dumbest thing I'll see all year on Twitter. Peter Schiff replied, and you don't spend much time on Twitter, which is a valid reply, but I don't know. This one still might take the fucking cake. Yeah, has he replied to has he sent out another tweet about it? He's just eating it and pretending it's not fucking happening? What a cock. What a piece of shit. I mean, classic question. Would you fuck Casey Anthony?
Yeah, no problem.
I'm
more okay with murdering babies than I am with adults. Maybe that's something I shouldn't have said, but I did, and here we are. It's just because honestly, because what turns me off about it is how violent you'd have to be to murder an adult, but it's so easy to murder a baby, so you don't have to be like particularly violent to kill a baby. There's logic behind this. There's logic behind it.
Bro, so the violence you have to physically exert turns you off more than like the sadistic brain you have to have
Look,
to.
you can forget about a baby and kill a baby. You can't forget about kill a person. You can just forget a baby. in a room
that's not murder.
And you kill the baby.
But that's not what she did.
But no, it's not what she did. But it's like that's all it takes to kill a baby. Just forget the baby's there for a little while.
I agree. That's bullshit.
So-
I said all the time, it's crazy. You birth a giraffe, and within like an hour, you're living on their own. You birth a baby, you got to take care of them for like 11 years.
You misplace a baby in a Target for 20 minutes.
They're dead.
That baby's probably dead.
Yeah, you're catching a case. You're catching involuntary manslaughter.
But like to kill me in a room, well, you got to work at it. You got to put in some fucking work to kill me. All right? And like that bloodshed and that violence. But there, look, what I'm saying is
how
disgusting,
easy do you think it is to murder a
but
baby?
It's not.
Don't talk about leaving the baby alone. Murder the baby. What are you gonna do to it? How are you gonna murder the
Probably
baby?
go Casey on it.
What did she
Pop it in a bag.
She threw it in a
whatever.
bag, right?
Yeah. That's what she did.
Because that's just kind of like you forget about it.
Bro,
It's just like, wrap it up.
that's what they fucking used to do in olden times all the time. That's
Just throw a baby. I mean, in China, they're still living. In China, they leave babies on mountainsides all the
I
time.
understand what I'm saying is horrible and grotesque. I'm also making sense.
You're not making sense. You are making a point.
Okay.
Like
fine,
it's not
fine.
it's not sense, but I can understand that's what you think. That is what John thinks. I do get that.
Okay.
It does take more force to kill a grown adult.
Honestly, it is really the violence more so than anything. Because like, if you murdered an adult by poisoning them, more likely to have sex with you.
Wait, what?
If you murdered an adult and you just did it by poison, I'm more likely to have sex with you
Than if
it was like you slit their throats or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd rather rather fuck a poisoner than a stabber.
for sure. Yeah.
What about a gun?
Okay.
I shoot an adult, sorry. I shoot an adult versus I shoot a baby. Because I think if you shoot a baby, it explodes.
Shooting a baby, yeah.
I think like you shoot a baby in the head with like a Colt 45.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's like going rooster hunting with a shotgun. You don't come home with nothing. You don't go, no meat left on those bones.
right. Whereas if I shoot an adult, it's like they're catching some spray bullets, but
if you think you're taking an AK chicken hunting and you're bringing any food home to the table,
no.
you're nuts.
It's obliterated.
You're nuts,
It's just the chicken's everywhere.
Maybe you catch a feather or two. But
the meat
that's
is
not gonna
gone.
sustain you through the night.
You're not eating that baby. No. You murder a baby with a shotgun, you're not eating that baby. There is no baby left to cook if you shoot it with a shotgun. Let that be clear.
I'd rather fuck someone who shot a human than shot a baby.
Right. Okay. All right. How about this? We're focusing too much on murder. There's like other things people can do. Like, is murder the worst?
Murder's the big one.
Would you rather fuck a murderer or a rapist? I'd rather fuck a murderer.
I mean, again, we're coming down to violence here of it. And
would you rather fuck a murderer or a rapist?
Probably a rapist.
We might have to edit that out.
Why?
That's crazy.
Why? We can talk about how I've been raped a bunch of times, but we can't talk about how I'd hypothetically fuck a rapist.
Well, that's true. You might. You're in the Me Too
I think
movement.
I have carte blanche here.
You do. Like if Pavs told me that he like fought some dude and beat him to death, and then he also raped a girl, I'd be more upset about the raping than the beating to death.
But we're talking about who I'd fuck, not what girls would fuck.
Right. But okay, so now
I'd
if it's a
assume
girl,
Jackie would be a pretty hard no on a rapist. I like my chances a little more than Jackie should.
What about a girl? Okay. How about this? A girl who's murdered someone, or a girl who is in like a sadistic serial killer couple where she like kidnaps people and orders the boyfriend to like rape and kill them.
Murder, for sure.
Yeah, so murder is not the worst thing.
Yeah. No, I didn't say it was the worst thing. It was just worse than your other option.
I think the worst thing you can do. I think the worst thing you do is kill a baby. I want that on the record, since my cohort here does not agree with that.
No. I think the worst thing you can do is still be enforcing COVID mandates.
You fucking murder someone, I'll bang you. You made me put a mask on?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
fuck out of here.
Hillary Clinton can no longer get it. I don't even know what she has to do with anything. It's just the only female politician I can think of. I don't think Hillary's in charge of fucking anything. That poor woman just stays catching
Dude,
strays.
that woman,
Who do I need, a woman to belittle? How
Bro.
about Hillary Clinton?
that woman gave up her life just thinking like one day I'll be the first female president and got squashed by a clown. By a literal joke. Like she gave up her marriage, her life, her everything, her respect, her dignity, just to be like, okay, I'm going to swallow this because my time is coming and I will be the first female president. And then some dumb dickhead swooped in and was like, nope. That's crazy. And now she's old dead meat that's been shot with a fucking shotgun. There's no chicken on, there's no meat on the bone anymore. It's like she can't even come back. Like it was just one term. There was just one term from that asshole and you had your one shot. Didn't work out. That sucks. All right, so let's get into our interviews. Two interviews. One very pleasant and fun. One awkward and contentious as fuck.
I think so.
Well, the problem is we've made mention of this a couple times, so maybe speaking about it multiple times has like built it up more than it really was. And maybe when you just listen to things, I feel like if you listen to this interview, you probably wouldn't pick up on it. If you watch it, you'll probably see it more. And I think if you were in the room, you could like feel it.
It was palpable. for sure.
But we interviewed guys we fucked, and I just don't think they like us.
I think Christina does.
I think
Corinne,
I think Christina tolerates us. Might maybe like us. Corinne hates us.
We've had good interviews with Christina
Yeah.
one-on-one. Corinne, from
Corinne
the
hates
first
us.
time I ever met her, I was like, that woman hates
She
us.
hates us.
Which is fine.
Like
I don't
poison.
give a fuck. Like,
Right,
but
right.
So just don't come in.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
don't do the
it's
interview.
very clear that I think they don't like guys like us, and it's very clear that they think we stole their Barstool stole their podcast for
which is
for Alex
the
Cooper.
dumbest thing of all time.
Yeah.
They say in this episode that Barstool put out a fucking
an advertisement.
an advertisement saying we're looking for our guys we fucked, which I assure you is not something that I hadn't heard of at the time, and I assure it's not something Dave or Gaz or anyone else.
I think the only person in the company who knew about guys we fucked at that point was me. We don't put out any ads, and we would never put out an ad.
We
being like,
checked it. We
we're
fact-checked this
looking.
one. It didn't happen.
Right. We know, like, the story behind Call Her Daddy was Gaz was an Instagram creeper. Found Alex Cooper and said, this girl has an it factor. Dave went and watched it, and what sealed the deal was that she also knew how to do her own editing, and she was the filming and the vlogging and all that. Dave was like, she's more than just, like, a pretty girl with the voice. So that was untrue, but I actually got a question today on the radio. It was like, what's one interview you have regrets about? And this is the one, because I wish I was like, that story is not true. But I didn't know it at the time. I was like, maybe
I
we
didn't
did
know it
do
wasn't
that.
true. I said,
yeah,
I
you
don't
said it,
think
and
that's
I
true.
wish I had like really known
But
that
we
myself.
since fact-checked it. It's definitively
because
not
I would
true.
have loved to just be like, I know that you don't like. I have no problem with her not liking Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy, because whatever, I get it. Like you're jealous. Like, I'm jealous of people who make fucking more money than me too. But to then like blame and hate like Barstool because of that, it's like, listen, we don't even fucking like it either. We're on the same team.
I
Yet.
had no problem with it, but like she was like confused. We never met. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, I don't know. It's a very content. It was not a fun interview. I think Christina tried to salvage it a few times.
Yeah.
But Corinne just clearly hates us. Corinne didn't look at it like, so okay, just don't come to the fucking dudes anymore.
That's what's confusing.
It's
like,
it's
just
not
don't-
fun to talk. It's not fun for us to talk to people who don't like us. So
Right.
just fucking don't come.
right. And it was like we're at one
We
point.
didn't request you. I promise you that.
At one point, we're busting balls. You know what? She was treating me like the Alaska chick. At one point, we're talking about the globe and countries and shit, and I was saying how like maps are not really like indicative of the size of countries for real and all this shit. And she was like, I don't like when people just spout out facts at Barstool, and I was like, okay, all right, this is clearly not working.
We were like
out.
kind of making a joke, but also kind of being serious. They're like, yeah, we don't really know how big things are. There are people who do.
Right.
Like,
I brought up the flat Earth thing, and you
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, here he goes again." It was like a fun, goofy, stupid interview, and it was like not reciprocated.
It was not fun.
So
It's not fun. It sucked. I think you've heard the last of guys we fucked on KFC.
probably both ways.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think both ways. That's probably a
I hope so, because I
best-
would have said that. I would have said that Corinne was never going to come on the podcast ever again after the first time we interviewed her like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I would have been like, that chick hates us. She's never coming on here again.
Yeah.
Guess who fucking comes strutting through here with a fucking sourpuss on, sits here
Hating
for
us
45
again.
minutes, and
I
lies
almost-
to me that she shrunk her audience on purpose.
Interviews brought to you by.
Sure, yeah, we all do it. Fucking fuck off.
Everybody. You build your audience to shrink it 10 years later. We all know that.
I let you have that one, all right?
Right. Man, do I
But
wish.
you didn't pull the wool over my eyes. I let you happen in person because I'm nicer than you give me credit for being.
Right. Right. You think that we're all like barstool pigs? We could have been in that moment. Could have been a lot more awkward. Let me tell you what. It's all the awkwardness is all brought to you by Laundry Sauce, where, you know, we're going to pretend to be hockey players again.
Tell them about fucking chucking pucks.
Listen, fellas, your laundry deserves better. So meet Laundry Sauce, the world's first designer laundry detergent made specifically for men. Laundry Sauce's premium, simple-to-use laundry pods are made with bold fragrances, soulful scents like Australian sandalwood to give your laundry an exotic blend of deep amber. Oh, so they did. I think they finally just gave us non-hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, because all these other things talked about pucks and wrenches.
Yeah, this gets
and-
my wrench hard being a regular ad read.
Yeah, no, this is just. So I can just go back to normal. This is just laundry detergent, okay? And they've made it with quality fragrances that keep your clothes smelling good and keep the materials soft and colors sharp, so that you're not just. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I bought nice shit and just toss it in the washer with some regular ass old soap, and it just ruins everything. It comes out looking like trash, smelling like trash, and it's like, well, now that $100 I just spent on those clothes was for absolutely nothing. So get the nice detergent. It's like having a shitty engine in a Ferrari, you know? Like, you're going to get the nice clothes and look nice. We got to have the nice laundry detergent to make sure those things stay
that's
nice.
exactly what it's like. Great
Yeah,
analogy.
that's salvaging this one for you. With the soulful scents and the aromas of the forest, there's a new generation of men who are finding their way around the laundry room, and now you're learning that you got to have the nice detergents to go with it all. So scale up your laundry game by going to laundrysauce.com and use promo code KFC for 10% off your next purchase.
What do you say? I love Barstool because you guys will just say things confidently and everyone will be like, yeah, that's true. What are you talking about?
I would just say the majority of things that I know have just been told to me.
Okay, well, that's different than we don't know how big countries are.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Flat Earth.
say
that.
Well, I follow a lot of
You brought that
astronauts
up.
on Instagram that are like in space right now, and it's not flat.
I like the.
Yeah, we also know the world's not flat.
Right, but
That's
I mean,
been
and
confirmed.
the whole thing with the flat earthers is always like you,
That's so funny.
you know, you're just looking at a picture that someone showed you, or you're just listening to a person who told you that.
Yeah, right.
Which is obviously silly, but all my education is not like I go out there and do my own fucking research on things.
Right.
I'm not, testing anything.
Why would
myself.
I did all
I'm
mine
not
on the
fucking
diet.
gay.
I did mine on the vaccine.
Yeah.
Like when people like do your own research, I'm like, no,
It's
thank you.
impossible to do your own research.
Yeah, what are you guys out here doing your own experiments on the
Library
vaccine?
card, my friend.
That's not your own research, though.
Going to libraries and
Yeah, you're just
getting
reading
your
a book that someone wrote.
and you're taking notes and you're logging them.
I don't think that's research. I think that's a book report.
A book report is research.
right.
What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
research.
You gotta cite.
though.
That's why it has
Sources.
a bibliography.
But when you read scientific papers, talk about like when we were writing a book, Corinne was looking through all these scientific studies and papers. Like that's research.
Yeah, but what if that person's wrong?
well,
Well,
I mean,
it says it on the
yeah.
study, the results of the study, and then you look at all the
I
studies.
mean, there's a
and-
million studies on.
It's right based on that study.
You know
You're
what?
right. And like the thing is, you can totally find a study to back basically anything that you
Yeah.
want up, and that's
Right.
also a problem.
Which is
Yeah.
where that's
Called a
why
sponsored
we're in
study.
That's this world right now is basically that.
Right. It's whatever truth you want is what you get.
I feel like you hate being here.
I don't hate being.
You know what?
I just
I will
can't
say
I can't sit by while people are saying wild things and being like, yep.
All right, so that was guys we fucked. Again, if you look at the video, because I don't want to sound like I was like bitching about something where it wasn't as awkward, and so I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, let's
people-
ask everyone in the room.
Yeah, no.
I was there first 20 minutes, didn't notice anything. Right when she said it smelt weird in here, like a locker room. For the rest of the interview, I was cringing so hard.
Yeah. Which I mean, this place is not
Zach,
glamorous.
you
but
felt it?
This place doesn't smell, by the way.
Yeah, and I could tell you guys felt it when Kevin said you just don't want to be.
Well,
here.
I know at that point because I listen. I don't have a problem if you don't think I'm funny or we're not gelling with our conversation. Don't not look at me. Don't like avoid like don't not look me in the eye. She looked at Zach like that direction the whole time, and I was talking to a person just not looking at me. I was like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
That I can't stand. If you don't want to like play along with our combo, you don't want to. You're not interested in the talk, fine. But like, just, basic. You said you're going to come here, talk to me for 10 more minutes and you can go. So that was when I was just like, I just got to call this out. I also don't think it smells in here. I'm a pretty, like, I'm not like one of those, we're not like frat boys who like live in like, shitty, stinky fucking places. Like if this place smelled, it would be a problem.
Yeah, I would not like a smelly place, but I also have a bad sense of smell, so I can't really fight you on that one. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I think if it smelled, I think I would be complaining about it. So, anyway, that's probably never going to happen again. On to our interview with Mike Recine. I didn't think that was funny. That was just a fact. On to our interview with Mike Recine, who shows up with pizza in hand. So, from one extreme to the other, Mike Recine, very funny guy in the comedy industry. This is brought to you by Helix Sleep. If you need the first thing you should do, we talk so much about like getting old and being in pain and mental health and anxiety and all that stuff. And before you do anything, before you start worrying about workouts and diets and therapy and all that stuff, start with your bed. Because the day that you start getting, it's funny, I'm just realizing I'm talking all this shit with this dumb fucking hat. So when it's a clip of me being like, you guys look like assholes on this podcast. Damn it. The hat wins this round. Start with your bed because a good night's sleep can change like everything about you. Your demeanor, your physical, your mental, your emotional. You get a good night's sleep, your life increases exponentially. That's why we rock with Helix Sleep mattresses, because the difference is you go to Helix Sleep and you take a quiz and they tell you what kind of bed you need. So I'm this type of sleeper. I go to bed at this time. I wake up at this time. I toss and turn. I sleep on this side, that side, my stomach, my back, whatever. And they say, here's what you need. You need a mattress like this that's firm or big or small or cooling with springs or temperature control, whatever. And they know that this mattress is tailored for you directly, so you get better sleep, so you're more well-rested, so you can do better at work and better in life and be a better parent, friend, and all-around human. And right now you can get $200 off any mattress and 2 free pillows, which are probably like $100 also on top of it. So you go to helixsleep.com, HELIX sleep.com. Go to helixsleep.com, HELIX.com, sleep.com/KFC and get the $200 plus the 2 free pillows. You take the quiz for 2 minutes, you get the discounts, $200 off, 2 free pillows, and a 10-year warranty where you can try it out for 100 nights risk-free. Sleep on something for 3 months, and if you don't like it, send it back. That's what you did with your ex-girlfriend. Go to helixsleep.com/KFC. Mike Recine on KFC Radio. Let's talk to him.
So I don't know how people. I asked our social media guy if he could help me with it, and he laughed in my face.
Help you with what? Like at what aspect?
Like
of
running, like helping with like my social media.
Yeah.
It's like I hate putting myself out there.
You need to hire like a 14-year-old girl or something. Just like,
well, that's that.
We got a 24-year-old gay kid.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's as close to a 14-year-old girl as you can get. If you're watching on YouTube, click here to subscribe so that you get all the new episodes as they come out. And John, what should they click if they want notifications? Make sure you click thumbs up for the like, hit that bell icon.